Last Drops Baseball is on the air. Here comes Major League Baseball, our game of the week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Drops Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Tonight, it is going to be Game 2 of the three-game set between the San Francisco Giants and San Diego Padres from Petco Park in San Diego. And we are going to provide you first of all, the lineups from the visitors from San Francisco. Leading off and playing third base is number 8, Tommy La Stella. Batting second and playing first base, number 9, is Brandon Belt. Batting third and doing the designated hitting is number 31, Lamont Wade Jr. And the cleanup spot in left field is number 23, Jock Peterson. Batting fifth at second base, number 39, Tyro Estrada. Batting sixth at center field is number 5, Mike Yastrzemski. Hitting seventh at shortstop is number 35, Brandon Crawford. Batting eighth in right field is number 51, Luis Gonzalez. Batting ninth and doing the catching is Austin Wynn. And they are going to be facing the right-hander from the Padres, a local flavor. It is going to be Joe Musgrove, who takes the hill, native of El Cajun, California, who's also from La Mesa, who went to Grossmont High School in La Mesa, is 8-5 on the season. He's going to be getting his 20th start. He's worked 120 innings. He's given up 95 hits, 44 runs, 40 which have been earned. He's walked 28 and struck out 120. And he is going to be taking to the hill today with a 3.00 earned run average. So Musgrove, who was an all-star for the first time this year, takes to the hill for the Padres. And now the starting lineup for the home team from San Diego. Leading off and in left field, wearing number 10 is Jerkson Profar. Batting second and playing in right field is number 22, Juan Soto. Hitting third at third base is number 13, Manny Machado. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 24, Josh Bell. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 17, Brandon Drury. Hitting sixth and playing second base is number 9, Jake Cronenworth. Hitting seventh and playing shortstop is number 7, Ha-Seong Kim. Hitting eighth in center field is number 2, Trent Grisham. And batting ninth and doing the catching is number 26, Austin Nola. And they are going to be facing a right-hander for the Giants who's had a bit of a tough stretch this season. It's Alex Cobb, 3-6 on the year. This could be his 18th start. He's worked 88 in the third innings. He's allowed 86 hits, 50 runs, but 40 which have been earned. He has walked 26 and struck out 93. So those are your starting lineups. And it is going to be a beautiful one in San Diego for this one, as it is 81 degrees. The wind is blowing at 7 miles an hour from the southwest. And that is where we stand here. It is the second game of the three-game set, as the first game was won last night by the San Francisco Giants, 1-0. So the Padres are looking to bounce back this evening. The umpires for tonight's affair, working home plate, is Jeremy Riggs. The first base umpire is David Rackley. At second base, it's Larry Vanover. And in the rocking chair, at third base, it is Sean Barber. And that is your lineup here for tonight for both the clubs. So we are ready to get this one underway as the right-hander Musgrove has completed his warm-up tosses. And he will be facing the top of the order here for the San Francisco Giants in Tommy La Stella, Brandon Belt, and Lamont Wade Jr. So the first inning is ready to roll. A decent crowd tonight, maybe not as large as last night's crowd, but it appears to be a little bit of a late arriving crowd in San Diego. And the first pitch of the ball game is underway, and Musgrove delivers a fastball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. For Tommy La Stella, he's hitting .246 with a couple of homers and 11 RBIs. That's from the left side against the right-handed throwing Musgrove, who delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Musgrove steps off the back of the rubber and reaches for the rosin bag. And now he's ready to get back to work as he leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, Nola, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded down the first base line. Josh Bell dives. He can't come up with the play, but it looks like it's hit the first base umpire beyond the fielder, and that may have saved the double. We'll take a look at that one there. We'll have to see what it looks like on the replay. So LaStella hit the ball. Moving to his left was Bell. Bell fielded it. No, it was off of his glove, and it ended up off the heel of his glove as he was diving toward the foul line. So he does a decent job to stop the ball from going down into the corner. But it is a single to lead off the ball game here for LaStella, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. For Belt, he's hitting .236. He's got 8 homers and 22 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Musgrove is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Belt batting from the left side. He didn't get the start in last night's ball game, as he was given the night off. It was Wilmer Flores who held down first base as the right-hander Musgrove holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball lifted over to second. It's fielded by Kim. He steps on the bag at second base and he throws to first, and that's going to retire Belt on a double play. So that double play is going to be 6-3. So where Kim was positioned, it was just a little bit to the right side of second base. The ball came to him as it had a little bit of a spin to it. He was able to pick it off on one hop, step on the base, retire LaStella for the first out, and then threw over to first for out number 2, and that will get 2 for the price of 1 for the Giants here in this one. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Lamont Wade Jr. For Jr., he's batting .185. He's got 4 homers and 16 runs batted in, and the first offering from Musgrove's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Another one who was not in the lineup last night. There were a lot of changes in the Giants lineup, and considering they came off a 1-0 victory, Abe Kapler's decided to make some moves. There's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Bell, Wade Jr., Jock Peterson, and Austin Wins and Tommy LaStella, 5 new names in the starting lineup tonight. There's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Wade Jr. As he waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Musgrove, who now rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Musgrove, as we said, he's local to San Diego. His father was a police officer in the San Diego police force. He still maintains the ties to that area, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lamont Wade Jr. Right-hander gets himself a new baseball, and he's set to rub it up. He toes the rubber, and now he's ready to go. The Padres tonight are in their white home uniforms with the pinstripes, and here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted to deep right field. Moving back on the warning track is Soto. He leaps, and this ball is gone. A home run for Lamont Wade Jr., and that is going to open the scoring here in the first inning as the Giants are on the board here with a solo shot off the bat of Wade Jr. for a 1-0 lead. So 1-0 for the Giants on the solo shot by Wade Jr. as he gets high fives all the way around on his way back. It was a breaking ball that hung up in the air, and he was able to turn on that and drive that ball into the right field seats. So Wade Jr. has put him off. As Soto reached for the ball, he lost his glove in the process. Ended up coming back onto fair territory, but he ran into the fence, leaping up, and the ball just had enough legs to get over the fence for the 1-0 lead. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Jock Peterson. And the first pitch to Peterson's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. Peterson had spent time recently on the 7-day disabled list with a concussion. This is his 90th game of the season. He's batting .246 with 17 homers and 44 RBIs. And the pitch from Musgrove is a fastball that backs him off the plate for ball 2, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Waggling the bat is the left-handed hitting Peterson. Waits on the offering from Musgrove. He delivers a fastball that's swung on and fouled away. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. In his career against the Padres in San Diego, Jock Peterson has enjoyed 18 extra base hits. He's hit 10 home runs in his career at Petco, so he does like to play here. And here comes the 2-1 offering now from Musgrove, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peterson. Peterson, originally 11th round pick of the Los Angeles Dodgers back in 2010. He is in his 7th year. Even though he's 9 years in the big leagues, he's got just over 7 years of service time. There's a fastball swung on and is grounded softly over to the right side of the infield. It is fielded by Kim, who underhands it casually to first base. That's going to retire Peterson. It goes as a ground out 6-3, the 3rd out of the inning. But the Giants opened the scoring here in the first inning. There was a run in the inning on the home run by Lamont Wade Jr. 1 hit, no errors, and check that, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a half inning. It is the San Francisco Giants won the San Diego Padres, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. With the call at the bottom of the first inning, we're glad you guys could pop in here and join us tonight for our game between the Giants and the Padres.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call at the bottom of the first inning. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the San Diego Padres top of the order coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning to face Alex Cobb. Means Jerkson, Profar, Juan Soto, and Manny Machado to get things going. The Padres find themselves in the hole 1-0. They are yet to score a run in this 3-game set as they were shut out last night by the Giants. So the right-hander Cobb ready to go to work here to face the left fielder for the Padres in Profar, and he rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. It's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Profar is batting 250 on the season with 12 homers and 47 runs batted in. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Cobb as he rocks into the motion and he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that misses low, and the count is now 1-1. Jerkson Profar has been used quite often in the leadoff spot this year by the Padres. Is sort of where he is nestled into. The one-time Texas Ranger and Oakland Athletic is enjoying a decent season here with the Padres as he takes a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. The count's 1-2. Last year he hit 227. He's bounced back a little bit here as he's flexed the muscles. He's showed the most power last year he's had in any of the time with the Padres. There's a fastball missing down and away, and the count is now 2-2. His career high was with Texas when he hit 20 back in 2018, and he followed it up with another 20 with Oakland in 2019. So this is good news for the Padres that he's regaining some of that power stroke. And there's a fastball swung on and missed, and Profar is gone for out number 1. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Juan Soto. And last pitch, it almost looked like a bit of a slurve, or almost like a way it died off the table. It looked like a split finger. I'd like to see that again from Alex Cobb. I'd say a slurve where it's kind of not quite a slider, but not quite a curveball. Just the way the rotation had worked out of his hand. So that brings up Juan Soto to the plate. For Soto on the season, he's hitting .249. He's got 21 homers and 46 RBIs. And here's the first offering from the right-hander, Cobb. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Last night's game, we commented on how Soto is one of those players that walks more than he strikes out. He leads the league currently in walks as he swings and fouls that pitch away, and the count is now 1-1. He's got 96 walks this year between the Nationals and the Padres. He had 145 last season. He only struck out 93 times. So very disciplined hitter at the plate. Able to work the count, finds a way on base. So here's the 1-1 pitch to Soto, and there's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now is 1-2. Other players that come to mind who this season have been walking more than they've struck out. Stephen Kwan from the Cleveland Guardians is one of those players. Another one of those players is Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's the 1-2 offering. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. When you see that, you make note. It's not like in yesteryear where you had all kinds of guys who could walk more than they struck out. Now it's more of an event. Time's been called by the home plate umpire, Riggs. And now Cobb is reinstated, and he's ready to go to work again. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and that runs the count to 3-2 on Soto. Think of other players in recent years that have walked with the qualified at-bats more than they struck out, besides Soto. Joey Votto used to be in that category in his younger years. As here's the 3-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that just misses, and that is going to be ball 4. Soto is aboard with a walk. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. Keeping in mind with that, other guys that are in that category, Jose Ramirez, DJ LeMahieu this year walking more than they struck out. Alec Bregman has been flirting with it. He currently has more walks than strikeouts. But as we mentioned, Diaz and Kwan and others, it's noted on who those players are, but you don't see that all that often. So Machado steps to the plate. He's batting .289. He's got those 19 homers and 60 runs batted in. Last night's ball game, Machado had himself a base hit, but in my opinion, he missed out getting himself a double as it was a line drive to left field, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. He hit a line drive past right off the wall. There's a short porch, just not a short porch, but a short height of the fence right down the left field line in San Diego, and he hit the top of it. But he didn't come out of the box very hard as he swings and misses at a fastball, and the count is now 0-2. And he was held to a long single. And sometimes has been the knock on Machado is that he doesn't give the maximum effort sometimes. He can turn it on when he wants to and turn it off when he wants to. So no balls and 2 strikes to Machado, but he is a great talent. That is for sure. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it is a fastball at 96 that misses off the outside corner, and the count's now 1-2 to Manny. So Cobb again here. Ready to go back to work to the right-handed hitting third baseman. The runner at first is Soto. They They're sort of holding him on. This is sort of the new thing in baseball the last couple of years where first baseman will jump off the bag about a foot or so, and there's a ground ball hit to Belt. So over to second for one. Back to first, and that is going to be a double play. That's going to be a 3-6-3 double play as Belt to Crawford and back to Belt to retire the Padres here in their half of the first inning. Well, there was no runs, there were no hits, there were no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through one complete. It is the Giants 1, the San Diego's Padres no score. Stick around. We'll be back with the call at the top of the second inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys can make it in here with us tonight.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. After the game, check out Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. We'll be back in 45 seconds with a call at the top of the second inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up for the Giants in the top of the second inning. That means Thairo Estrada, Mike Yastrzemski, and Brandon Crawford face the right-hander Joe Musgrove. It is still rehab time for the shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr. as the fastball was taken by Thairo Estrada for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Fernando Tatis has been on rehab assignments, and it's, I would say, probably about a week or so away from returning to the Padre lineup. It'll be like another trade edition. The fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count's 0-2. So he can get his timing back and get himself ready to go. It'll be another acquisition by the Padres. There was a question that came up last night in the chat is, do you think that the Padres will make the playoffs this year? As they are currently ahead of the Milwaukee Brewers. I do think they will, and there's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded over to short. Kim fields it. He throws to first. That's going to be a ground out, 6-3 for out number one, and that's going to bring up the center fielder and Mike Yastrzemski. So for Yastrzemski, he's batting .222. He's got 11 homers and 41 RBIs. He was hitting in the 3-hole in last night's game. But he's been dropped down in the batting order tonight with all those changes that Gabe Kapler has made. And here comes the first pitch to Yastrzemski. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Yastrzemski last night in the ball game, he was 0 for 4. He had struck out twice. And here's the pitch from Musgrove. It's a changeup missing down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. Game last night, Blake Snell pitched pretty good, but it was Alex Wood who pitched a lot better. And there's a breaking ball missing down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Yastrzemski. So we're saying that I do believe that the Padres will make the playoffs. The Milwaukee Brewers seem to be fading a little bit here, and unfortunately for them, their hopes that the playoffs are slipping away these days. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. Both the St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies have played good baseball. The Phillies are winners of 5 in a row. They're 9-1 over their last 10. They're in Miami tonight. Cardinals have won 7 in a row. They're 9-1 in their last 10, and they're playing in Colorado. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now full to Yastrzemski at 3-2. The Brewers are 2 games back of the Cardinals in the Central Division, but are slipping further and further behind. The Phillies have been playing really good baseball lately, and there's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up over on the left side. Manny Machado is racing back. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch. That's going to retire Yastrzemski for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. As we were saying, the other teams in the wild card, Atlanta is currently leading the wild card, as they are in second place in the National League East behind the Mets. And then the Philadelphia Phillies, with their hot play, have moved into the second wild card spot. And then it is the San Diego Padres, and then the Milwaukee Brewers are a game back of the Padres. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Crawford. The Giants, with the win last night, have moved to 5.5 back in the wild card hunt, but they're a game below 500, and I really think that they have to go on quite the run here between now and the end of the year for them to be able to make the wild card or grab a wild card spot. So fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count is now 0-2 to Crawford. They're going to have to start putting the pedal to the metal, are the Giants, if they're going to do some stuff. They really haven't clicked. They've been battling injuries through the year, and there's a changeup swung on and missed. And Crawford has gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that was quick work made by Joe Musgrove as he retires the Giants in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We are now through 1.5. It is the Giants 1 and the Padres no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. We appreciate you guys for being here. Jerry English says Rockies 12 runs off 15 hits tonight in 3 innings. Appreciate you for popping in, Jerry. We'll be back and chat with the chat in just a couple moments. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher again.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be bringing you the bottom of the second inning here coming up. But it's going to be the Heart of the Padre batting order with Josh Bell, Brandon Drury, and Jake Cronenworth. It is a lot of scores around the Major League Baseball tonight, as it is a full slate of games. We'll be catching up on those. Only a couple of finals right now, and they are in. It is in the American League Central Division. The Royals knocked off the White Sox tonight 4-2. Brady Singer got the win. He knocked off and he beat Lance Lynn, and the Detroit Tigers lost to the Cleveland Guardians 5-2. Bieber knocked off Tyler Alexander in that one. And so here we go back to the action as the first offering from Cobb goes to Josh Bell, and it is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1. For Bell, he's batting .294. He's got 14 homers and 58 RBIs. Playing from the left side against the right-handed throwing Cobb. There's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled off at the plate, and the count now goes to 0-2. Bell, listed at 6'4", 261 pounds. Very athletic, 6'4" and 261. Watch him play first base. He last year had the opportunity to play a little bit of the outfield in Washington when he was acquired as the former all-star Zimmerman was holding down the one bag. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded through the pitcher over to the shortstop, who's on the right side of second base, Crawford, and he throws to first. That is going to retire Bell on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Drury. So for Drury on the season, enjoying a really fine year. He's had a bounce-back campaign. Drury, probably the best season he's had in the big league since arguably back with the Arizona Diamondbacks in his first full year in the bigs. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. He's got 21 homers and 65 runs batted in between his time with Cincinnati and San Diego. And here comes the offering from Cobb. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count's 1-1. Off to a slow start since joining the Padres. He's only 3 for 18. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. But with the Reds this year, he was 20 homers in the Reds uniform. There's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Cobb works into the motion, and he kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2 to Drury. So sometimes that breaking ball, in some ways, it's really a sinker that is thrown by Cobb. It looks like it's got some 12-6 depth to it. It comes in pretty good. And I say it looks like a breaking ball because of the motion. It comes in and it's there, but it doesn't have the spin. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And that is going to retire Drury for the second out of the innings. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. For those of you who really don't know what a sinker is, obviously it's got downward taper to it, and how it's thrown is in a lot of ways a cousin to a two-seam fastball. The two-seam fastball will have the horizontal movement. It'll go side to side and more to the arm side of the pitcher. So if it's a right-handed pitcher, a two-seamer will run inside to the right-handed batters, and usually it's the pressure points on the fingers that the pitchers will also use as they grip the ball. Might dig in a little bit more with their pointy finger and allow that to be able to run a bit more. And there's a first pitch breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 to Cronenworth. That being said, sometimes it is not just the right-handers that throw. It is the left-handers do it too. But when they want to throw the sinker, they move the thumb up to the side of the baseball. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. And then they move the index finger off of the seam, and when they release the ball, they push down on it with that index finger, and that's what causes the ball to run down. You see it sometimes in the slow motion off of the stuff you're seeing from Cobb as well. There's a fastball swung on his grounded foul over on the first base side. And the count remains at 0 balls and 2 strikes. And it can be very deceptive on the hitters, especially for the right-handers, as it can come in on them and tie them up a little bit and jam them up on the fists, much like a two-seamer does, but it'll run off down toward the back of their foot, back of the right foot in the batter's box. So here comes the 0-2 offering. As the right-hander Cobb gets his sign from his catcher wins, and now he goes into the motion, and he kicks and fires. That's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-2. And you think of pitchers with good sinkers. Max Scherzer is the first one that comes to my mind. The best there is in the game. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and Cronenworth is gone looking. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Cobb, as that is going to retire the side. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2 completed San Diego. It is the Giants won the Padres, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could pop in here with us tonight as we got baseball in San Diego. Here is our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Giants. That means Luis Gonzalez, Austin Wynns, and Tommy La Stella come to bat here in the third inning to face the right-hander Joe Musgrove. Gonzalez batting .269. He's got 4 homers and 30 RBIs, and he swings through a first-pitch fastball for strike one, and the count is 0-1. I've had a chance to see the Giants quite a few times over the last couple of weeks. And the one player that does stand out for me is this Luis Gonzalez. He seems to make things happen. As here comes the 0-1 offering, and he squares the bunt, but takes the pitch inside, and the count is 1-1. That's what I was about to say, is that Gonzalez really tries to do a lot of things to find his way on. He's always attempting or showing a bunt. He's able to scratch and claw. He's been a fairly tough customer with 2 strikes on him as well. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was with the Chicago White Sox over the last couple of years, and found his way into San Francisco after he was claimed off waivers back in August of last year as a breaking ball misses down and in. The count's now 2-2. I have to say, the one thing the Giants are pretty good at is grabbing some players at value. And one of those guys is Lamont Wade Jr. in the lineup. He was flipped straight up for Sean Anderson. He's not having a great year this year, although he's accounted for the run tonight on the home run. As there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Another player, of course, is this Luis Gonzalez, picked up off of waivers, and he's getting an opportunity to play, and he's almost an everyday player. As we said, he's played in 73 games. He's got 66 starts up to this point. So here comes the 2-2 offering as the right-hander Musgrove delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Gonzalez is down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher Austin Wynns. So after I said all those things about Gonzalez being tough with 2, he strikes out here in this at-bat. That is not indicative of him this season. So he is retired, and that brings up Wynns to the plate. He is batting .205. He's got a homer and 10 RBIs. Joey Bart had the start in last night's game, and he gets the night off tonight. It's the one thing that I noticed about with Gabe Kapler as well as some of the others. Bart had a hit in last night's game, but they didn't put him back in the lineup tonight. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count's 1-0. Usually when guys get hits or maybe multiple hit games, they let them have their opportunity to come back into the ball game. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count's 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Wynns. Wynns, of course, getting the opportunity now to be able to play not just Wynns, but also Bart not having to look over their shoulders as they traded away one of the other catchers at the trade deadline. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2. Kate Cavalli was dealt to the Mariners. And so here we go. Here comes the or I should say Kurt Casale was dealt to the Mariners. The breaking ball swung on and missed, and Wins is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Tommy La Stella. Kurt Casale was the one, I think of Cade Cavalli being the Washington Nationals pitcher off the top of my head. So that really cleared it up, because for the catcher Joey Bart, he'd been optioned down this year at one point. Since his recall, he's been swinging a much better bat at 214 clip now. And of course, between him and the catcher Wins, they're holding it down at the plate. And there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to La Stella. La Stella opened the ball game up with a single. He was raced on a double play by Brandon Belt. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Musgrove, who delivers a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard during the next half inning. Bring everybody up to date on that. As here comes the offering from Musgrove. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle, and it's by the diving Kim into center field, as La Stella's got himself a single. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. So for Belt, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded into that double play his first time up. His season average is at 235. Belt's been playing a little bit better lately, too, much like some of the hitters in the Giant order. He's been slowly bringing his average up. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander Musgrove, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that has come inside and has hit Belt in the back foot. And he is going to get himself aboard as a hit batter. That's going to put runners at first and second here with 2 out. That's going to bring up Lamont Wade Jr. For Wade Jr. tonight, he has homered in his first at bat. It was, I would say, what you would call a wall scraper. And that ball was just out of the reach of Juan Soto in right field. As it had just gone over the wall. He was fortunate. He had a breaking ball on a 2-2 pitch. So he's got aboard here, or he's at bat with 2 runners aboard. The runner at second is La Stella. The runner at first is Belt. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander Musgrove, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As we mentioned, Wade Jr. is another one of those players that you want to say maybe that San Francisco pulled off the scrap heap. He wasn't really going anywhere in Minnesota. And when the Giants sent Sean Anderson to the Twins, they got Lamont Wade Jr. in return, and he had a nice year last year. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it's a breaking ball swung on. This one's popped up. It's on the foul territory side of first base. Camping out underneath it is Josh Bell. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it here to retire the Giants in their half of the third inning. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 2.5. It is the Giants 1, the Padres no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the third in just a couple moments. Glad you're with us.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom third of the batting order coming up for the Padres. That means Ha-Seong Kim, Trent Grisham, and Austin Nola to face the right-hander Alex Cobb. We'll get you caught up on the out-of-town scoreboard as we gave you the finals in the last inning and other games that are still underway. The second end of the doubleheader between the White Sox and the Royals. The White Sox are looking to salvage a split as they have a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the ninth inning for Kansas City. Kansas City is hitting right now. In the bottom of the seventh, the New York Mets have a 4-2 lead over the Cincinnati Reds. In the bottom of the eighth inning, the Atlanta Braves are all knotted up at sixes with the Boston Red Sox. In the bottom of the seventh inning, the Washington Nationals hold a 4-3 lead over the Chicago Cubs. And now as we're back to the action, the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Kim, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Ha-Seong Kim, hitting .248 with 6 homers and 37 RBIs. As we've said, he's having a much better season this year after an adjustment last year to Major League Baseball. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. Ha-Seong Kim had played in the Korean League, and he found a difference. Hitting Major League pitching is not like hitting pitching in the Korean League. And there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into shallow right center field. Coming hard on it is the right fielder Gonzalez, and he makes the catch. And Kim is going to be retired here for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up Trent Grisham. For Grisham, he's batting .194. He's got 13 homers and 41 RBIs on the year. He's going to be batting left-handed here, obviously against the right-handed throwing Alex Cobb. Other scores from around the league: the Houston Astros are beating the Texas Rangers in the Battle of the Lone Star State, 7-5. That's in the bottom of the seventh inning. As the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's 1-0 to Grisham. The Brewers are beating the Tampa Bay Rays 5-2. That's in the top of the seventh inning. The Cardinals have gotten a couple of runs back against the Rockies. It's in the top of the fifth. The Rockies jumped them for 12 in the first 3 innings on 15 hits. That's what our friend Jerry English said when he came in, and now they've given a couple of back. 12-2 for the Rocks. The right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now even at 1-1 on Grisham. Los Angeles Angels looking for back-to-back wins. They are leading the Athletics 1-0 in the third. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2. The Arizona Diamondbacks have a 1-0 lead over the Pirates. That's in the top of the third. The Twins and the Dodgers are just underway, as are the Yankees and the Mariners. There's a couple of games that are currently in delays. The Phillies have a 4-1 lead over the Marlins. That's in the bottom of the seventh. There is rain in Philadelphia, and it's 5-3 Blue Jays over the Orioles. As Grisham squares the bunt, and he takes that fastball upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. Blue Jays have a 5-3 lead over the Orioles. That's into the bottom of the sixth inning. Get you caught up on all these scoring around. The one I'm interested in is the Yankees and the Mariners tonight. It's Garrett Cole against Luis Castillo, the 2 fireballers going at it in Seattle. Curious to see how that game's going to play out. So here's the 2-2 pitch, and Grisham squares the bunt with 2 strikes on him, and he takes a fastball inside. Almost hits him. I don't know what Grisham's thinking there. They know they've got the defense over to the right side on him. You do have the shift on, thinking with 2 strikes to drop a bunt. Well, if he would have got it down, he would have had pretty much he could have crawled to first base. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as Cobb rocks into the motion and delivers. And again, he squares the bunt, and it's a fastball that makes him skip rope out of the way. And he is going to be aboard with a 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola. So Austin Nola, he's batting .246. He's got a couple of homers and 28 RBIs. He came in last night as a defensive replacement. Our friend in the living room has popped in. He says he took the over at 7.5 in this game tonight. The way it's looking here, the over might be at 2.5 because both of these pitchers have looked fairly sharp. And there's Alex Cobb throwing over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Grisham. Have to keep an eye on Grisham. He can run a little bit as he establishes his lead over at first base. He's got 4 stolen bases on this year. He can run 13 last year for the Padres. But you got to be able to get on to be able to steal. Here comes the offering here to Nola. It's a fastball, take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Austin Nola came in last night late in the ballgame as Jorge Alfaro had some knee discomfort. They checked on Alfaro, and he came out of the game after the half inning was concluded, but it looked like it was his right knee was bothering him a little bit. It's again the right-hander Cobb throws over to first base, and diving back in time is Grisham. But I have to say, last night it was almost like when Nola came in, he wasn't sharp behind the plate. He didn't do a very good job of blocking a pitch, which was a wild pitch charge to the pitcher at the time. And then there was a ball that went off his glove that put the runner at third with 2 out in the 9th inning, as there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1 strike. So I haven't seen Nola catch a ton this year, but generally speaking, when we have, he's been fairly reliable for the Padres. You got him in a trade with the Seattle Mariners. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Cobb kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Cobb again gets the sign from his catcher as Austin Wynns flashes the numbers. And now he works set. And he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nola. Would be advantageous here of Cobb to be able to retire Nola, and has to face the top of the order without anybody on base. So here comes the 2-2 offering as the catcher Wynns flashes the signs, and he comes set. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Nola goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Jurickson Profar. That's the 4th strikeout of the ball game from Alex Cobb. He's got his stuff working tonight. And so Jurickson Profar comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. So Profar, seen his average drop to 249. Hitting from the left side is the switch hitter against the right-handed throwing Cobb. I can see why a lot of teams like Alex Cobb. Certainly Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels organizations where he'd spent time before. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into shallow left field. Coming hard on it is Peterson. He slides and makes the catch. And that is going to retire the side here for the Padres in their half of the 3rd inning. So there was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3 complete innings. It is the San Francisco Giants 1, the San Diego Padres no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. After this, we appreciate you for being here. Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan. But we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the Heart of the Giant batting order coming up to bat here. It is Jock Peterson, Tyro Estrada, and Mike Yastrzemski to face the right-hander Joe Musgrove here in the top of the fourth inning. We posted our poll question up on our community page today. If you could go back in time and visit a stadium for the first time, or maybe you had visited it before, if you're old enough to remember, which stadium would you have liked to been to see? And we had Ebbets Field, the Polo Grounds, Tiger Stadium, Comiskey Park in Chicago, and Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. And those were the opportunities. Right now, leading the poll, it's the Polo Grounds the New York Giants used to call their home. And the first pitch fastball swung to Jock Peterson. It's popped up on the right side. Coming in on it is Juan Soto. He's underneath it, and he makes the grab. And on one pitch, we have one away here in the fourth inning. That is going to bring up Tyro Estrada. There were a couple other parks that we were, thought about putting in there. Of course, Shibe Park in Philadelphia was one as well. Some of the old school ones, or maybe even Crosley Field in Cincinnati. Been kind of cool to maybe go back in time and see some of that stuff. I was in Cincinnati a number of years ago, and there's a sort of a replica field, the Procter & Gamble facility, and there's a fastball that misses inside for ball one, and it's got the old turnstile from Crosley Field. They have the outfield with the scoreboard in left field. They've got kind of like a little, I don't say a hill, but there's a berm in the event of a warning track. As Estrada squares the bunt, he gets it down. It's down the third baseline. Machado tries to field it barehanded, and he's unable to make the play, and Tyro Estrada's got himself a bunt single. So he had another bunt base hit here for the Giants on the season. And he is aboard with a one-out single. That's going to bring up the center fielder and Mike Yastrzemski. I think of the number of the stadiums that, as a kid, that I went to that don't exist anymore. Obviously, old Tiger Stadium and, of course, Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. There's a lot of games at both of those ballparks. Even saw them down in Cincinnati. That ballpark is gone. Also saw a game at County Stadium in Milwaukee. That's long, ancient history. There's a fastball that misses just a little bit low, and the count is 1-0 to Yastrzemski. Had to make sure that the home plate umpire, Jeremy Riggs, didn't go up with the right hand. Our friend Living Room says in Canada versus Latvia in the International Ice Hockey Federation tomorrow. Canada is not favored in that game, and the over-under is 8. Canada by 6 tomorrow, and the over-under is 8. As the fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. That's big news up here is the World Junior Hockey Tournament that was canceled because of COVID earlier in the year has been restarted. It's going on, I believe, in Edmonton. I have to tell you, I have very little interest in August watching hockey of any variety. And so here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander Musgrove holds at the belt. And he throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner, Estrada. Hockey in the month of August is a difficult thing to pay attention to. That's what I would say. So 1 ball and 1 strike. One thing we noticed in last night's game, it was over 3 hours to play that game on a 1-0 ball game. I think this game's got a little bit more pace. We're definitely at a quicker pace in this one as a fastball swung on, is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is Profar. He makes the catch. That's going to retire Yastrzemski for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Well, generally speaking, I used to always say 4 innings could take you an hour to play. And in Major League Baseball, certainly in the MLB, if you can get 3 innings in under an hour, by today's standards, that's pretty good. So, and we're certainly in the 4th inning here as we're approaching that 1 hour mark. So here comes the offering now to Crawford as Musgrove holds at the belt. And he kicks and he fires. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Crawford. A friend in the living room says it's the under 20 ages, and he likes to see how the new skill players for himself. Yeah, it's definitely It's good hockey. There's no doubt about it. But hockey in August to me is like baseball in December. Hard to watch. So here comes the 0-1 offering as the right-hander Musgrove throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner Estrada, and it keeps the count at 0-1. Joe Musgrove flashing a belt tonight. He's got the brown belt on to match the rest of the uniform. We saw him pitch a couple of starts ago, and he had a yellow belt on. It was a little different than everybody else. As here comes the offering now from the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball missing down and in, and the count is evened up at 1-1 to Crawford. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We were talking last night a little bit about the Giants in a transition period. One would have to think that this next 12 months is going to be interesting to see how the team evolves, certainly moving in for next year as Musgrove delivers. It's a breaking ball missing down and in. Brandon Crawford and Brandon Belt probably looking to move on in their lives after their baseball career is done. And then you've got last year's retirement of Buster Posey, which allowed Joey Bart and Austin Wynns to hold down the catching roles. The question is what's going to happen with some of these others? How are they going to go out and replace a guy like Crawford or Belt? There's a fastball swung on it, is driven down the right field line and drifting over into foul territory, and making the catch is Juan Soto. And that is going to do it here for the Giants. In their half of the inning, as Crawford is gone for out number 3. So there was no runs. There was a hit. The bunt base hit by Estrada. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3.5. It is the Giants 1, the Padres no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could join us tonight. Hang tight. Here's our friend Steve of the Steve Rademacher.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Reps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Reps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, 0 O'Clock Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the San Diego batting order coming up to face the right-hander Alex Cobb. It'll be Juan Soto, Manny Machado, and Josh Bell. Cobb has been brilliant tonight as he has faced 1 over the minimum, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Soto. It was the walk in the first inning to Soto, but he was erased on a double play, and then a walk to Trent Grisham in the third. Have been the only base runners so far for the Padres tonight. Soto waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Cobb, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. To think about the different types of streams that we have the Japanese game tomorrow night that we're going to be calling it the NPB game between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Oryx Buffaloes. It's going to go off at 10 p.m. Pacific time. So if you guys are around tomorrow night, no Major League action for us tomorrow. We are going to be taking the night off on Thursday. We're not going to be calling any major league games on Thursday night. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. However, we may add a late addition to the Japanese schedule on late night Thursday. But we're undecided on that one yet. That's sort of what we call a game time decision. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Soto. We were talking in Soto's last at bat how he's one of those players who walks more than he strikes out. And that is definitely the key. We're going through some of the players that are across the big leagues this year that are in a similar boat to him. As we said before, usually anywhere from 2 to 5 guys. There's a fastball taken on the outside corner, and the count's now 3-2. I think this year there's quite a few players that fit into that category. Another player that we may have missed on was Carlos Santana. He's another player that will walk more than he strikes out sometimes, not every year. So here comes the 3-2 offering. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. If it stays fair, it's trouble. And this one is gone. A home run for Juan Soto, as he is going to tie the ball game up here at 1. We had to wait to make sure that that ball was going to stay fair. He did a pretty good job of staying inside the ball. It hugged the right field line and was caught by a young fan who's celebrating with his buddies down there. But Soto has even the game. The score up in this one is he's getting a round of applause from the San Diego faithful. And that is the first hit of the ball game, and he's done it in style with a home run here in the 4th inning. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. First, that ball looked like it was going to be a fly ball. In some ways, off the crack of the bat, maybe he got underneath it. That ball was a rainmaker if there was one. Josh Donaldson's nickname is the Rainmaker, or bringer of rain. And that one certainly would have opened the skies and created havoc in San Diego. And the first pitch is a fastball that comes up and in to Manny Machado for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So all smiles in the San Diego dugout. That's the first run that they've scored in 13 or 12 complete innings against the Giants in this series. There's a fastball that runs in on Machado for a ball, and the count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Machado, who grounded into the double play his first time up, waits on the offering here from Cobb, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. That is fielded by LaStella. He does a 360 turn. He throws to first. Machado's going to be retired on a ground out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. So that's going to bring up the first baseman, Josh Bell. So we watched the highlight again of that Juan Soto home run. And that was hit. It seemed like a mile high. And that ball ended up just hugging down the right field line. Our friend in the living room says, congrats to the kid who got it. Yeah, he was getting cheered on pretty good by his buddies. It was a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 here to Josh Bell. Bell tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Cobb, who delivers, and it is swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Bell. Right-hander Cobb rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and now the count goes to 1-2 on Bell. Brandon Drury will follow here in the 4th inning. So Bell waggling the bat. Waiting on the 1-2 offering from the right-hander Cobb. Cobb is off the backside of the rubber. He is got the rosin bag. He's getting himself ready, and now he's ready to go. Still 2 rosin bags on the back of the hill. I wonder if one's the Giants and one's the Padres. I haven't seen that this year. So there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-2. We're doing that 2 years ago in the COVID year where they would bring out 2 rosin bags, 1 for each player, and there's a changeup swung on and missed. Bell has gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. But I didn't know if they were still doing that this year or not. There's definitely 2 on the back of the mound this year right now, or at least in this game. So 2 gone, and that brings up the designated hitter, Brandon Drury. Drury is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. As he stands in, waiting on the first offering from the right-hander Cobb. He waggles the bat, and here's the delivery. It is a fastball that just misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. I mentioned Drury is enjoying himself one of the finest seasons of his career, probably since the second or the first full season. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left center field. Racing back on it and at the wall and making the catch is the center fielder, Mike Yastrzemski, and he pulls back a home run here. That would have been the second one of the inning, and Drury is retired on the fly ball to center field for the third out of the inning. But he sent it a long way, just not far enough, as Yastrzemski reaches up above the wall and makes the grab to bring that one back, and that will do it here for the Padres in their half of the 4th inning. Well, San Diego got a run in the inning on the home run by Juan Soto. There was 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4 complete. It is the Giants won, the Padres won. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the 5th inning when we return. Appreciate you guys for being here. Here's our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs, we have pounds, we have Deutschmarks, we have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 5th inning, and it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Giants. That's Luis Gonzalez, Austin Wynns, and Tommy La Stella. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1 to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up against the right-hander Musgrove. Musgrove has settled down since the home run allowed in the first inning as he delivers a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. As we mentioned before, Gonzalez is got a knack of trying to find his way on base in different ways. He does like the bunt, and there's a fastball swung on it. Is popped up in the infield, camping out underneath it, and now making the catch is Manny Machado. Machado had to come across the pitcher's mound to make that grab. It was on the one side. It would look like the pitcher, Musgrove, had thrown his hands up there like he was going to make the play, and Machado ended up coming across the infield and making the catch on the first base side as there was much wind going on in San Diego, but it took it for a ride, and that is going to retire Gonzalez for the first out. They don't usually like pitchers to catch pop flies. I remember years ago there used to be a Canadian pitcher in the big leagues named Reggie Cleveland. Reggie Cleveland used to be one of those pitchers who, when the ball was popped up, you were going to have a fist fight with him to get out of the way. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded through the right side, and Austin Wynns has got himself a base hit single here with 1 out. As he is aboard, and that's going to bring the top of the order Tommy La Stella to the plate. I was saying about Reggie Cleveland is he would basically, it was like he pushed guys out of the ways to make the catch on the infield, but they don't usually like pitchers taking the pop-ups for a couple of reasons. One is that the guy's an infielder. That's kind of his job. He's got the hands to be able to do it. And the second portion is especially with the pitcher's mound, they don't want the pitcher rolling an ankle or tripping or doing something en route to having to make the catch. So here comes the first offering to the top of the order hitter, Tommy La Stella. It's a changeup that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. La Stella tonight is 2 for 2. He's got singles in both of his first 2 trips to the plate. He's raised his average up to 257. Getting La Stella back in their order as he missed quite a bit of time with a hip issue. As there is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. He can be a top of the order fire starter for the Giants. When you look at some of these teams across Major League Baseball and you look at what you would consider a traditional leadoff hitter, somebody with some speed, some wheels, guys who can get on base and move around a lot. Some of the teams really don't have that, and that would be the Giants. They don't look at their team and say, this guy is a true leadoff hitter. This is somebody who can set the table, but Tommy La Stella can play that role to a certain degree. There's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So Tommy La Stella can come in and start producing here. Obviously, it's a shot in the arm. It's like getting a deadline acquisition, much like how Fernando Tatis, when he returns to the Padres lineup, is going to be a shot in the arm for the Padres. Like you've just acquired another bat, and I can just imagine what that batting order is going to look like. You've already got Soto, Machado, and Bell in that batting order, and then all of a sudden you add Fernando Tatis to an already loaded lineup. So 1-2 strikes it is to the left-handed hitting La Stella. And here comes the offering now from Musgrove, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is belted foul. It's going to reach the seats well down the right field line, and that's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1-2 strikes. As we said, lots of action around Major League Baseball tonight. There are a couple more finals that are trickling in. It is the Phillies knocking off the Marlins. That game was delayed by rain. That is now a final in Philadelphia. 4-1 for the Phillies. And there is a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to second. It is fielded by Cronenworth. He backhands it over to Machado, who is playing in that sort of shortstop position. They're able to retire. Austin wins. So that is going to be the old 4-5 fielder's choice. You get a lot of different fielder's choice looks these days with the shifts. But 4-5 retires wins, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. So for Belt, he's 0 for 1 as he grounded into a double play, and then he was hit by a pitch his last time up. So Musgrove works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is looped softly over to second. It is fielded this time by Kim, who's on the right side of second base. He throws to first. It's going to be a ground out 6-3. That ball had a little bit of English and almost spun away from the shortstop Kim, but that is going to retire Belt for the third out of the inning. So there was no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the San Diego Padres 1, the San Francisco Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with the bottom of the 5th inning. We're glad you guys can make it in here with us tonight. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you all for stopping in, and we've got Matt Hollis in the house here. So we appreciate you for stopping by as Matt is listening to the ball game with us. It is going to be the Padres coming to bat in the bottom of the fifth. We'll be back in just a moment as we'll chat with the chat and talk to Matt Hollis in just a couple. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Jake Cronenworth, Ha-Seong Kim, and Trent Grisham to come to bat here in the bottom half of the fifth inning to face Alex Cobb. Our friend Matt Hollis is in the chat right now, and we're glad you could make it in here with us, Matt. We wondered if you were going to pop in last night during the Padre game, but they went 9 innings without scoring a run, and maybe you were waiting for that first run to be scored before we got a chance to hear from you. But if you haven't checked out another Hollis build, make sure you go over and check out his channel. Matt is a San Diego Padre fan and native. He is a big supporter. He claims to have one of the largest Fernando Tatis collections in North America, and he's probably not that far off. Certainly in terms of size, he is one that you want to go and check out. Now, a couple other things to that. Matt was also, he's a teacher in the area down in San Diego, and so he gets a lot of opportunity to share his love of the sport with his students. So I know he gets some of them listening in or checking out his channel as well. So we appreciate that. We do have a poll on our community page from yesterday, and we said, which of our friends do you check out the most? And right now, Matt Hollis is falling behind that one a little bit, because that is where we stand. We're ready to resume the action as we're a little bit behind on our end here, as it is already Ha-Seong Kim at the plate. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Kim, and we missed how Cronenworth had got on as we got ourselves a little tied up there. Talking to Matt Hollis, as Cronenworth had singled to the center fielder, Yastrzemski. So here comes the 1-1 offering to Kim. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 1-2 on Kim. So the runner at first is Cronenworth. And Kim is batting here with a 1 ball and 2 strike count. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We lost our feed there a little bit on our A feed. So we have to regain that a little bit. That's what put us behind a bit. So here comes the 1-2 pitch now to Ha-Seong Kim. As the righty Cobb holds at the chest, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe that's what happened when our friend Matt came in there. We lost our feed. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kim. The runner at first is Cronenworth. Trent Grisham waits his turn on deck. And the righty gets his sign from Austin Wins, and the outcome set. And he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Kim stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. I have to say, that pitch there that Alex Cobb threw, that's what we were talking about. A lot of backdoor run on his pitch tonight. Looked like it was going to be off the outside corner, and it just turned back in. That's going to retire Kim for the first out. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. It's the sixth strikeout of the ball game for Alex Cobb. Both the starting pitchers tonight, Cobb and Musgrove, very efficient in their pitch counts. I've got Musgrove at 64 through 5, and that was the 65th pitch delivered here by Alex Cobb. And here comes the first offering now to Grisham. As Cobb checks the runner and he delivers, it is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Grisham 0 for 1 or 0 for 0 tonight as he walked his first time up. He was looking like he wanted to square to bunt with 2 strikes on him a couple of times in the last at bat. So Grisham ready to face the 0-1 offering from Cobb as Cronenworth gets his lead over at first base. And coming set is Cobb, and he throws over to first, and diving back in time is Cronenworth. I have to say, that's one of the interesting moves that Alex Cobb has. He's got very quick feet as he throws over to first base, but it's almost a jump pivot move. His right foot moves in the direction of third base, and then he fires back over to first. That's how his feet actually work. So no balls and 1 strike, and here's the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Grisham. So no balls and 2 strikes. Trent Grisham offensively has not lived up to his billing in San Diego so far this year. As he said, he's hitting below the Mendoza line. Entered the game tight, hitting a 194. As here's the offering from the right-hander. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and Grisham is put away on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's 2 in this inning via the strikeout. That's number 7 racked up tonight by Alex Cobb. He's got some great stuff going tonight, does the San Francisco right-hander. That's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Austin Nola. Only 2 hits so far in the ballgame for the Padres, the home run by Soto and the single by Cronenworth. Cobb has kept them in stitches for pretty much the most part of this one, and he throws over to first, and getting back is Cronenworth. As we said, Alex Cobb began his big league career in the Tampa Bay Ray uniform. He was a 4-time 10-game winner in Tampa Bay. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is 0-1 to Nola. He won 11 games in 2012, 11 in 2013, 10 in 2014, and he won 12 in 2017. And then he went to the Baltimore Orioles, and that's where his struggles began. He had a decent year last year with Los Angeles Angels. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. He was 8-3 with the Angels last year on a pitching staff that was much maligned. He had 18 starts. And this year here, this is his 18th start this year. And his numbers are a little bit off in San Francisco, but boy, has he looked good tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball that's delivered, and it is, we didn't get to see what the umpire did, but throwing down to first base was the catcher Nola, and getting back in time safely was the runner Cronenworth. That last pitch to Nola was a called strike. Delayed call, as we didn't see with Jeremy Riggs. Nola was popping up to catch it, and then he was firing back door on the base runner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to catcher Nola, and he takes a fastball down for 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just the arm angle that Cobb delivers the pitch with. You can see he's really low 3/4. He's got a lot of arm side run to his pitch, and also he's got that sink to it as well. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses down. It squirts away from Wins. He's able to corral it in time as Cronenworth holds his ground. That's going to run the count to 3-2. So with 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nola, the runner is going to be on the move here. As Cronenworth is at first, Cobb gets a new baseball. He's rubbing it up. The crowd in San Diego We said last night was a healthy crowd, and we thought this one here looked like a late arriving crowd, and it sure is. They've got good attendance here tonight. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding second and heading to third is Cronenworth, and that's going to be put runners on the corners here with 2 out as Nola goes the other way. So runners at first and third, and the Padres have something going here with 2 out in the 5th inning. That brings up the top of the order in Jerkson Profar. Cronenworth able to turn on the Jets as he rounded second base. He reaches third safely. So runners at the corners. And Profar comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and flown out in his 2 trips. So the Padres are looking to punch another run across here as they've had 2 singles in the inning. So this season with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, Profar is hitting close to 300 as he waggles the bat. And here comes the offering from Cobb. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. We had a question in the chat last night. Are the San Diego Padres going to make the playoffs? We talked about this a little earlier in the game. And with our resident Padre fan in here, Matt Hollis, we were talking about this. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count's 1-1. And my opinion, it's pretty automatic. The Padres are going to make the playoffs. They will not win the division. The Dodgers are just too far away. But they are going to make the playoffs as one of the wild card teams. And the big part there will be when Fernando Tatis Jr. returns from his rehab assignment. It's like getting another acquired player after the trade deadline, an insertion into their lineup. And so that is where they stand. They are in the 3rd spot right now. There's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. The problem is the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Francisco Giants are going to be in an uphill battle to get that 3rd spot. Padres currently have the 3rd spot as they're looking up at the Braves and the Phillies. Phillies have been playing great baseball. We said they're 9-1 in their last 10, and then with the win tonight over the Marlins, they keep that roll going. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Profar as he steps out of the batter's box and wipes the sweat off his brow, and now he's ready to go again. He digs himself in. So the switch hitting Profar batting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Cobb. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Cobb delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. If I had to worry about something, and I said it last night between both of these teams, the Giants and the Padres, is Austin Wynn steps out to give his 1st and 3rd signals. If I had to be concerned about these teams, my biggest concern is going to be that both the ones here is got the Padres and the Giants. There's their bullpens. Their bullpens are the biggest question mark. The Giants' question mark is even bigger. They've got the 4th worst ERA in all the big leagues. There's a fastball swung on it as grounded foul over on the first base side. Count remains at 2-2. The back end of the bullpen with Josh Hader is not the issue. Proven closer now for the Padres that they have, but the concerns will be the link guys after the starter leaves. How are they going to be able to get through those 7th and 8th innings to be able to get the Hader? So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Profar waggles the bat. Waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Cobb. And now he comes set. And they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Nola. Our friend Matt says, I need you, Tony Gwynn Jr. and Mark Grant to call together. That would be a lot of fun. Should I go with Mark Grant's haircut? Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander Cobb comes set. And now he steps off the rubber, and we're going to do it all over again. They're concerned about the runner at first base. That's Austin Nola. I don't think right now, and now Austin Wynn's going to come out, and they're going to talk to one another. As Wynns is going to be able to talk to his pitcher about what they want to do here, how they're going to try to set up Profar. Another Hollis build says, it kind of looked like Mark with a little bit more hair. Yeah, probably so. But I think he wins the eyebrows. That's the part where Mark is going to win there safely. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Cobb is able to come set. Now he checks the runner, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded. It's taken on one hop by Estrada. He throws from his backside over to first, and that is going to retire Profar. Profar hit the ball hard, but right to the glove of Estrada. That's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. And that will do it here for the Padres in their half of the 5th inning. Well, they threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 5 complete. It is the Padres won, the Giants won. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments with all the action. We're appreciative that you guys can make it in here with us tonight. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a peek at that out-of-town scoreboard again, as there are more finals that are trickling in. Earlier finals, the Guardians knocked off the Tigers 5-2 tonight. Shane Bieber goes over 500 now as he's 7-6. He's pitched much better as of late. Other final scores in the doubleheader between the Royals and the White Sox. Royals beat the White Sox in the first game 4-2 behind Brady Singer. In the second game, the White Sox were able to hold off the Royals, who scored in the 9th inning 3-2. That is the final there. The Phillies knocked off the Marlins 4-1. Continue their hot play. Zach Wheeler got his 11th win of the year. Mets beat the Reds 6-2. That's a final. The Astros knocked off the Rangers 7-5. And in Milwaukee, the Brewers, behind Freddie Peralta, knocked off the Tampa Bay Rays. Tough year for Ryan Yarborough. He falls to 0-7. So we're back at it here as Lamont Wade Jr. takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Wade Jr. tonight, he got the scoring going for the Giants in the first inning with a solo shot with 2 gone. And then he popped the first. There is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Joe Musgrove, 64 pitches through the first 5 innings of work. As he delivers here, it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wade Jr. Musgrove has been very effective, able to change speeds and keep hitters off balance tonight. He's not racking up the strikeouts like his counterpart Alex Cobb is. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. He's only got 3 in the books for him. Musgrove does have that ability, and he's got that kind of stuff where he can bury hitters and put hitters away. But tonight he's been hitting his spots. I wouldn't say he's got the most electric stuff we've seen from him. So here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball that backs Wade Jr. off the plate, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Musgrove leans in. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Racing over is Soto, and so is Grisham, and Grisham's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Wade Jr. for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Jock Peterson. Another Hollis Build asks the question. He says, what's the bet on Musgrove pitch in the 7th? Well, in my mind, he's only at, now 71 pitches, 70 pitches. As long as he can take care of the next 2 batters efficiently for the Giants, I would roll him out again. And if he kept it there, I'd roll him out again. He should be able to get to 100 pitches, one would think. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-0. As I said last night, the bullpens for these two teams is where the concern would be. The starting pitchers have done their job on both nights. We do have the shift on here for Peterson as it's 1-0, and the fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. But because the fact that Musgrove has been efficient with his pitches, he's been throwing strikes, getting ahead in the count. Most of the hitters, I'd roll him out again. Here comes the 1-1 offering. There's a breaking ball swung on, is grounded over to first, fielded by Josh Bell. The underhand flips it to the pitcher covering. It's going to go down as a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Tyro Estrada. Well, Estrada made that beautiful play to end the last half inning as he was basically knocked down on his backside and threw from his rear end to be able to get Jerkson Profar for the final out of the 5th. He steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Estrada had a single his last time up. He's also grounded to the shortstop. Here's the first offering from Musgrove. It's a breaking ball to the motion. He kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball's lined down the left field line into the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Estrada around first. He's heading into second, and he's going to cruise in there safely with a 2-out double. So Estrada, with his second hit of the ball game, puts him in scoring position with 2 gone. That's going to bring up Mike Yastrzemski. So our friend Matt Hollis asked the question about, is he going to be able to come out beating Musgrove for the 7th inning? One would have to think he's going to take care of Yastrzemski here. And as I said, because of his pitch count, he probably could be rolled out for another one as well. But the pitch efficiency of the right-hander is going to be put to the test here with the center fielder Yastrzemski coming to the plate. Yastrzemski tonight has put the ball in the air twice. He's popped to short and he's flown out to left. And I say popped to short because it was a ball that was hit into shallow left field where Manny Machado had to move over to it. Actually, it wasn't Machado. He popped to short. It was Kim who had to move out into shallow left field to be able to go and get it. As the first pitch fastball misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Yastrzemski. Giants are one of the better teams in the National League with runners in scoring position this year as they come to the plate. And here comes the 1-0 offering to the left-handed hitting Yastrzemski. As Musgrove kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Yastrzemski will be followed by the shortstop Brandon Crawford if he's able to reach safely. So 2-0 here to Yastrzemski. They do have the open base at first base. I would think that Musgrove wants to go after the hitter here. Here comes the 2-0 offering. He checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Just as a couple of reminders, we have set up a little bit on our schedule. It'll be Japanese action tomorrow night, as the Major League games will be all ending early on the Wednesday. We will be calling the game between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Oryx Buffaloes. It's the Mountain Holiday in Japan. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-2 to Yastrzemski. So anytime you get midweek action, you can pretty much bank on it that our channel will be picking up the Japanese feeds. So if you're up late on the East Coast or you're up at 10 o'clock on the West Coast, join us for all the action. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yastrzemski. As Musgrove gets himself a new baseball and he rubs it up. He's ready to go back at it here against the left-handed hitting center fielder. And now he gets the side from his catcher and he comes set. He checks the runner Estrada at second as he holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Yastrzemski has gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, the Giants, they stand a runner in scoring position on the double by Estrada. There were no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Padres 1, the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 6th inning after this from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we like to support Matt Hollis. Be sure to check him out after the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call at the bottom of the 6th inning after this. Welcome back, everybody. Due up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Juan Soto, Manny Machado, and Josh Bell, the meat of the batting order, as I would say, for the Padres. It was Juan Soto who opened the scoring for the Padres in the 4th inning with a solo shot to right field. We'll be facing Juan Soto for the 3rd time this evening, and there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Soto 1 for 1 with a home run and a walk. As he bats from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Cobb, who rocks into the motion and kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Soto. Soto has pulled his average north of 250. He's hitting 251 now on the year. As he waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Cobb, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Very impressive to watch Juan Soto hit. For such a young player, the confidence that he exudes at the plate. The plate discipline, very advanced approach for a young player. And there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded foul over on the past the first base side. The count is 2-2. One of the questions that people will ask is, do we think that the Padres are going to be able to re-up Juan Soto? I think that the Padres are on a mission here where they've got about a 24-month window where they're going to have to try to win, and this is what they're doing here next year, the year after that. But I don't know if long-term, if Soto is going to be, they're going to take on yet another contract there. And there's a ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. Our friend Jeff Shaw in the house here, he says, he's watching his Jays, so he can't stay, but saw that we were on and wanted to drop by, and we appreciate you for being here. you're doing well there, Jeff. Let's see, great time of the year. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As Cobb delivers it as a fastball swung on, and this is lined into right field. It's in the corner. It's going to be extra bases for Soto. He's digging for two. Picking it up as the right fielder, Gonzalez. He throws it in. And Soto has got himself a leadoff double here to start the 6th inning. So he is aboard with a double, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. So 2 hits in the ball game now for Soto, a homer and a double. And Machado steps up to the plate. He was 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded into a double play, and he is grounded to third. So Soto showing a little bit of that flair as he cruised into second base. The San Diego fans are going to really appreciate Juan Soto. He is firing up at the right time of the year and heating up at the right time of the year, as he's got himself his second hit of the ball game. He's been on base 3 times tonight. So here comes the first pitch to Machado. It's a fastball swung on. It's lined into left field for a base hit. Peterson fields it. Stopping at third is Soto. And that is going to put runners at the corners with nobody out, and it's going to bring Josh Bell to the plate. So the Padres are getting to Alex Cobb here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cobb, who's been pretty solid all night tonight, getting touched up by Soto and Machado for hits here in the 6th. That's going to bring Josh Bell to the plate. For Bell tonight, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, and he has struck out in his 2 trips up. And that is going to bring Homer Bailey out to the mound, as he's going to have a word with his pitcher here, and the whole infield is in. I'm curious to see how they're going to play this here, if they're going to play the corners in and give up a run, or if they're going to play the whole defense in. So Bailey talking to his right-hander as the umpire Jeremy Riggs comes out to break up the conference. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Trouble is brewing here for the Padres. They've got Josh Bell coming to the dish. Bell is one of the batters with the highest batting average with runners in scoring position in the National League this year. Only Jeff McNeil, Nolan Arenado, and Freddie Freeman are better. We got Barry in the house tonight. We appreciate you coming in, Barry. He says, we need you like we need oxygen to sustain life. I'm sure there's a lot of oxygen down there. Here we go. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Bell. For Bell tonight, as we said, he's 0 for 2. He grounded to the shortstop and struck out his last time up. Cobb able to keep him off balance. He bats from the left side against the right-hander. There is action in the San Francisco bullpen. They both have a right-hander and a left-hander throwing. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tense moments right now for the San Francisco Brain Trust. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-1 on Bell. So Bell's got himself in a good hitting spot here with 2 balls and 1 strike. Cobb has got to deliver him something to hit here. He goes off the backside of the mound. He picks up the rosin bag. He adjusts himself, and he's ready to go again. Gets the sign from his catcher, Wins. He shakes him off once, and now he comes set. And here comes the 2-1 delivery. As he kicks and fires, it is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded up the middle, past the glove of Estrada into center field. And that is going to bring home the second run of the ball game for the Padres. As Soto comes in to score, it's going to advance Machado over to second. As Bell has got himself an RBI, and that's the go-ahead run here for the Padres in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Brandon Drury. So for Drury tonight, he's 0 for 2. He struck out looking his first time up, and he had a home run taken away from him his last time as he hit the ball to left center field. Mike Yastrzemski had pulled it back. Great defensive play by the Giant center fielder to rob Drury of a potential home run, but that is going to do it As the right-hander Cobb is done for the night, Gabe Kapler on his way to the mound. We are going to have ourselves a pitching change. So stick around with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. This inning is not over. They are going to the bullpen. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you in your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. He is rolling into Wisconsin, so all those dairy farmers, keep your doors closed and lock up your cows because he is on a holiday going through the dairy state. It is going to be Junior Marte taking over here on the mound. He is going to be the second pitcher used by the Giants. The rookie is coming in here. He has going to be in his 26th appearance tonight. He's worked 31 2/3 innings. He's given up 31 hits, 21 runs, 19 of which have been earned. He's walked 14 and struck out 29, and he's got a fluffed up ERA at 5.40. So Marte will come in to face Brandon Drury with runners at first and second. Machado is the runner at second, and Josh Bell at first. But Junior Marte, the right-hander, coming in. I always find it fascinating about why certain pitchers will come in and why they don't, or who they might bring in to face who. And Marte is coming in here. I've seen him pitch a couple of times this year. He's got some interesting stuff to work with, but he is a little bit green. He is 27 years old, from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I say a little bit green because there's some nights we've seen him where he looks pretty electric, and then there's other nights we've seen him and he has a hard time finding the strike zone. So Marte in relief here with runners at first and second and nobody out. The bottom of the sixth inning, and Drury at the plate. And here comes the first offering from Marte as he reaches well up above his head and now comes set. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. That first pitch, he comes out firing at 98 miles an hour. Our friend Barry says the Padres at 1.5, so we can go back to Denny's and get his Grand Slam breakfast and 3 monsters before NPB later. Well, we won't be doing the NPB tonight, but we are going to be doing the NPB tomorrow night. So hopefully you can come in tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific to listen in. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count's 2-0. It's the Mountain Holiday game in Japan. Our friend in the living room says that Steve is going cow tipping, possibly. I say make sure you lock down the bars and put your cows away because Steve is in town. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1. It'll be the Buffaloes and the Golden Eagles tomorrow, 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. It is a rare midweek Japanese game. As we said, the Mountain Holiday is on Thursday the 11th in Japan, and that one will be the one that we will cover. So we're excited for that one, midweek Japanese baseball. So here comes the 2-1 offering as Marte comes set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over the first base dugout, and the count goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Cronenworth is the scheduled on-deck hitter and will be followed by Ha-Seung Kim. Here comes the offering from the righty Marte as he comes set. He checks the runner Machado at second. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly to short. over to second for one. Back to first, not in time, as Drury is going to beat that out. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Bell at second, 6-4. It's going to advance Machado over to third, and that will bring up the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. So Cronenworth tonight, 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. Also struck out looking his first time up. They do have the first and third situation here as the catcher wins, goes out and flashes the signs to his defense. Drury does not particularly run well. He can move a little bit, but he's not a burner. He's got a couple of stolen bases this year, so we'll keep our eye on the runner at first. Cronenworth steps to the plate. He's ready on the first offering here from Marte, who checks the runner, and he comes set. And now he's ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. It is a fastball at 98 miles an hour that just misses off the outside corner. And the count is 1-0. Cronenworth was a University of Michigan graduate. He played for the Maize and Blue. He was originally drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays. We've talked about this before. This entire Padre team has been built by trades and free agents. They've used their draft picks as trade pieces. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. They're going to have to retool their entire farm system, as they ended up parting away with a couple of their top prospects to get Juan Soto. Also, they offloaded C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. But I don't think the Padres are worried about that because they've got a couple of years probably with this group. I figure at least 2 years, maybe 3. Well, they have to give them a chance for this group to try to win. Our friend, another Hollis Bill, says AJ be shaking and moving. Yeah, you've got a lot of movement over there. It's kind of like the Seattle Mariners. They built their team on trades as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jerry DiPoto, known as Trader Jerry. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. It should be deep enough to get the run in. Yastrzemski makes the catch, tagging at third and heading home with the third run of the ball game is Manny Machado. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly to center field. That's going to be an RBI for Cronenworth. He does the job as Machado crosses the plate. 3-1 now for the Padres. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Ha-Seong Kim. For Kim, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out to right, and he has struck out looking in his 2 trips to the plate. As we mentioned, it'll be a shot in the arm for the Padres when Fernando Tatis Jr. comes back. Our friend Barry says it's a grand slam breakfast for him if he's able to hit on this. Here comes the first offering to Kim. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count's 1-1. I'm laughing a little bit because if Barry, I don't know how old Barry is, but if you're a member of AARP, if you're over the age of 50, you already get I think it's a 15% off your meal at Denny's. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So if you're over the age of 50 and you're not a member of AARP, American Association of Retired Persons, you'll be able to join, and it's not that expensive to join. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's 2-1. Denny's is certainly an affordable menu, and it's all over North America. It's also in Japan, too. I was in Tokyo a couple of years ago, and where I was staying, there was a Denny's right down the street. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kim. And here's the pitch from Marte. It's a fastball that misses outside, but Kim went around, said the home plate umpire, Jeremy Riggs, that's going to run the count to 2-2. My friend Barry says he's 25 in his mind. He can smell the sausage and eggs already. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Kim spits on his gloves, and he's going to get himself set back in. And Marte ready to deliver again. All the runs in this game are charged to Alex Cobb. The runner at first now is the responsibility of Marte. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded to short, fielded by Crawford. He throws to second, and that is going to retire Estrada. I don't know if Drury knew how many outs there were. He ran right around as if he was going from first to third. But that is going to do it here on the fielder's choice. That retires Drury 6-4. That is going to do it, as there were 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 6. It is the San Diego Padres 3, the San Francisco Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes. With the call at the top of the 7th inning, we're glad you guys could bounce in here with us tonight. While we're in the mood, let's give you some Japanese cheerleaders to festive this up a bit. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 7th inning, and our friend Matt Hollis is tapping out, and we appreciate you for stopping by tonight, Matt. And we hope to see you again soon. We'll be talking to you, I'm sure, in the next little bit. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat here for the San Francisco Giants in the top of the 7th inning. It means it's going to be Brandon Crawford, Luis Gonzalez, and Austin Wynns, as they are here going to be facing the right-hander Joe Musgrove, who's coming back out for his 7th inning of work. Right-hander delivers a first pitch breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Crawford tonight 0 for 2. He struck out and has flown out to right field in his 2 trips to the plate. Now that Matt Hollis has exited, we can always laugh a little bit. I used to say about the Kansas City Royal fans, they get to the games in the 3rd inning and leave in the 6th. Well, it looks like Matt left in the 6th right on cue with those Royal fans, as there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. We always do appreciate Matt for stopping by the channel. So no balls and 2 strikes to Crawford. They do have a lefty in the bullpen as Adrian Morejon, who is up and throwing, and there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We were talking about this before in San Diego. If you're ever in the San Diego area and you get to a Padres game, I always like to try the different foods, certainly at different parks where they're known for certain things. Of course, the Dodger dogs in Los Angeles is something that you want to get. But in San Diego, something that was really good on their menu was the seafood burrito. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded to short. Kim fields it. He throws over to first. And that is going to retire Crawford on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Luis Gonzalez. So for Gonzalez, he's 0 for 2. He's struck out and he's popped to third. His 2 trips to the plate. Gonzalez waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Musgrove, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. The count's 1-0. Our friend Barry says he got to enjoy his Phillies beating up on the Fish tonight. Philadelphia Phillies have played fantastic baseball over the last little bit. They were winners of 9 of their last 10 entering tonight, so that's at least 10 of 11. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1 to Gonzalez. I know the acquisition of Noah Syndergaard at the deadline, and they made a couple other moves. When they get Bryce Harper back in the lineup, they're going to be very, very dangerous the rest of the way. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Musgrove holds set at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 2-1 to Gonzalez. We're talking about the wild card race. The Phillies are in the second spot right now, and they're making their way up the ladder. Syndergaard gives them a third starter for October, the Phillies. With Syndergaard, Wheeler, Nola. There is a bunt by Gonzalez. It has popped up, and it is fouled on the third base side. Machado gave effort. He slid, but he wasn't able to make the catch. That's going to run the count now to 2-2. Certainly now 3 legitimate arms in October. In my opinion, I can't comment on the rest of the staff, but I was a little bit concerned about Philadelphia if they were going to have enough juice, but now they've got enough damage where they can, enough pitching to cause damage in the playoffs. Now the question will be what their bullpen is going to be able to do. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and it's now 3-2 to Gonzalez. Our friend Barry says that if Syndergaard commands that sinker, he will be a much-needed piece. And more than likely, he sure would be. Be a huge help for the Philadelphia Phillies. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. The catcher wins, waits his turn on deck. And here's the offering from Musgrove. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first. Fielded by Bell. He flips it to the pitcher covering. It's going to be a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning. Musgrove is cruising along. He's at 90 pitches. That is now going to bring up the catcher, Austin Wynns. We always do this at the beginning of the game, but we didn't do it tonight. The commentary and views are our opinions of Last Raps Baseball and are not affiliated with the MLB, the MLBPA, American League, National League, or their sponsors. We give live English reports on the game being played and hope that everybody around the globe can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. So we're glad everybody is listening here with us. As here comes the pitch from Musgrove. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Wynns. Wynns tonight is 1 for 2. He's singled in 2 trips. He's also struck out. He's raised his average up to 213. Barry asked the question, is the Padres have anybody up in the pen? It was Adrian Morejon who was up and throwing the lefty. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. I think that Musgrove will probably reach his limit, and I say that because it's Tommy La Stella who waits on deck, the lefty. I would say that if Wynns reaches base, they will be bringing the lefty in now. There's a fastball that misses up, and the count's 1-2. And I do think that the top of the order is where we will see Morejon come in because they've got La Stella, Belt, and Wade to come to bat. So a lot of left-handed sticks. So I would think Morejon in the 8th and probably Hader for the 9th on back-to-back nights. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So Musgrove can finish off here. This is going to be his 95th pitch of the ball game. We were talking about this a little bit the other night, and about there's people, especially that come into the Japanese games and listen in and obviously ask about betting and ask about different things. And one thing that we talk about is knowing the bullpens and knowing how the rest of the bullpen, rest as in how much rest they have. As there's a fastball swung on, it is lifted into right field, drifting toward the line is Soto. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it as Wynns is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. And so that'll probably do it for Musgrove. A very strong performance for the right-hander who went 7 strong tonight. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is the Padres 3, the Giants 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with call the bottom of the 7th inning after this when we return. Once again, it's appreciative that you guys are with us here tonight. We do like having you guys in the fold. We'll be back after this.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the calls after this. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change for the San Francisco Giants. The third pitcher used tonight by Gabe Kapler. It's going to be Yarlin Garcia as he is taking over here on the hill. Garcia is going to be pitching in his 39th game tonight. He's worked 39 and a third innings, allowed 37 hits, 19 runs, 14 of which have been earned. He's walked 13 and struck out 31, but he's got an ERA of 3.2. He's got a one-loss record of 1-3. So he is a lefty coming in. He'll be facing Trent Grisham, Austin Nola in the top of the order in Jurickson Profar. For Grisham tonight, he's 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked in his 2 trips to the plate. He bats from the left side against the left-handed throwing Garcia, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Garcia leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he works set. Now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Grisham. Grisham digs in, and he's batting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Garcia. Now comes set at the belt, and he kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. So Garcia now waiting, ready to give the offering here to the left-handed hitting Grisham. 2 balls and 1 strike. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that drops in, and it's now 2-2. Garcia's in his 3rd year with the San Francisco organization. He began his big league career with the Miami Marlins. He spent 3 seasons with Marlins, and now this is his 3rd year in San Fran. See, pretty reliable out of the pen. He was selected off waivers by the Giants. Again, the Giants making those waiver claims. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and getting value from the waiver claims. You know, when you think about it, the Marlins walk away from this fella after 3 seasons at 26 years old. And he really wasn't all that bad with the Marlins. He had an ERA of 4.29. It was maybe a little bit high, but each year he progressively got a little bit better. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as he delivers a breaking ball swung on. It's popped up over on the left side of the infield. Coming over underneath it is the shortstop Crawford, who makes the catch. And that is going to retire Grisham for the first out of the innings. That's going to be a pop out to shortstop for out number 1, and that's going to bring up Austin Nola. So for Nola, he is 1 for 2 today. He has singled and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. He's raised his average up to 248 on the year. Here's the first pitch from Garcia. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep right center field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the catch is Gonzalez. That is going to do it for Nola for the 2nd out of the inning, and it'll bring up the top of the order in Jurickson Profar. So Profar tonight is 0 for 3. He has struck out. He's flown out to left and grounded to second. Profar batting, though, from the right side for the first time tonight against the lefty Garcia. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's nobody on and 2 gone for the Padres. And Profar steps up to the plate, ready for the first offering from the left-hander Garcia here, who holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Juan Soto waits his turn on deck. Should he be able to get up here to face Garcia? And here comes the 0-1 offering as Garcia delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count's 1-1. So it's back to that thought about shrewd signings and basically getting players off the scrap heap, claiming Garcia off of waivers. Since he's come to San Francisco, he's been absolutely electric. He's got an ERA of 2.49, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count's now 1-2. He's worked 126 in the 3rd innings for the Giants coming into tonight's game. He's got 113 strikeouts. But the impressive part is he's only walked 38 batters. So basically less than 1 every 3 innings. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as Garcia comes set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for Profar. And Profar is aboard with a 2-out single, and that's going to bring Juan Soto to the plate. So for Soto, he is 2 for 2 tonight. He's got a home run and a double. He's also walked. He scored 2 of the 3 Padre runs. And he has brought the fans out of their seats in San Diego on a couple of occasions tonight. So Soto steps to the plate, but it's the first time he's facing a left-hander. That home run really hugged the right field line. He said it was like a Josh Donaldson home run, as they call him, the bringer of rain. So here comes the first pitch now to Soto as Garcia delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Soto's confidence is massive. He just watched the way that he carries himself at the plate. He digs in, waiting on the offering here from the lefty Garcia, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Soto taps the plate, and he's ready to go again. Some of the Padres players have the City Connect batting gloves, and Soto is sporting those as they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is the runner Profar. I'm mixed on some of the uniforms of some of those City Connect uniforms. Our friend Barry says he's happy not to have to deal with Soto in the National League East anymore. Soto's a one-man wrecking crew. I don't even know. This year I know he had Josh Bell and he had Nelson Cruz with him, but just on his own, he doesn't really worry about people hitting around him. See, breaking ball misses down, and the count is 2-1. He just adds so much to this Padres lineup. I just don't know if the Padres are going to have enough to get through the Dodgers. And forget the Dodgers. The Braves may have something to say about it. The Mets have got stuff to say. I always say good pitching beats good hitting, and I don't know if the Padres have got enough good pitching. When it gets into October, there's a fastball swung on and grounded foul, and the count's now 2-2. Our friend Barry, who's listening in, who's the Phillies fan, my concern for the Phillies is their bullpen. Now, Corey Knebel out of the backside, that was a pretty good offseason signing by all accounts. I think it's Sir Anthony Dominguez is having a good year out of their pen. But the Phillies, in terms of depth, I'm not sure that I trust that group. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count's now 3-2 to Soto. So Profar will be on the run here when Garcia delivers to the plate. I really haven't seen enough of the Phillies this year. We called a number of Philly games last year. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. I'd like to be able to do a couple of Phillies games, certainly going into the latter part of the year. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Soto stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3, and that's going to do it here in the 7th inning for the Padres. There were no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We'll be back here for the top of the 8th inning in just a couple moments, everybody. And we will keep it going with you. It's 3-1 for the Padres over the Giants. We're glad you could make it in here with us tonight. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning, and coming up for the Giants, will be the top of the batting order. It's going to be Tommy La Stella, Brandon Belt, and Lamont Wade Jr. And it is going to be a pitching change for the San Diego Padres as Joe Musgrove's day is done. A fine performance for him today, but they are going to the bullpen as it's going to be Adrian Morejon, who's going to be coming in to take over here. Pitch the 8th inning, the lefty out of the bullpen. Not a big, he's only 5'11" and 224 pounds, big in terms of size, but not in terms of stature. He's 1-0 on the year. He's got a 4.97 ERA. He's worked 12 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 12. And here's the first offering to the pinch hitter, J.D. Davis, who's in for Tommy La Stella. And the first pitch is swung on and foul, and the count is quickly 0-1. He was batting .241 as he enters the ball game here. He got the start in last night's game. So Morejon ready to work here as he gets the sign from his catcher, and he rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul down the right field line, and the count now is no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Barry in the chat, the last inning, said about Robertson and Sir Anthony holding it down. David Robertson was also a interesting trade. That was up from the Cubs, I believe. He's added depth to the pen. That will be something that needs to be kept an eye on. He might be an extra piece. He was certainly had himself a decent career. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is grounded over to third. Machado fields it. He throws to first. That's going to retire Davis on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning, or for the first out of the inning. That's going to scheduled to bring up Brandon Belt. We'll see if they're going to stay with Belt here against the left-hander Morejon. But that David Robertson, he was with the New York Yankees originally in his career, and he had some stints with the Cubs, and he's battled some injuries. And here's the first offering to Belt. It's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Belt tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. He's grounded to short, and he's been hit by a pitch. There's the 99-mile-an-hour fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 to Belt. And here's the offering from Morihone. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Belt here, waggling the bat. Behind in the count here to the lefty Morihone, who kicks and delivers. Belt squares the bunt. He pops it up. It's going to get down. It's fielded by the third baseman, Machado. He throws to first. Very interesting that Belt decided with 2 strikes to be able to put it down, and nice play by Machado. That's going to go as a ground out 5-3. We've seen Belt do that a couple of times this year where he decides with 2 strikes to drop a bunt down. They had Machado heels to the outfield grass on the left side of the infield as he was moved more toward the 6 hole. The bunt that got down, it was a bang-bang play at first base, but he was able to retire the runner Belt as he came in there as the plus arm and the range that Machado can show still at this point in his career that was able to make the play there. Nice play by Machado. So that's going to bring up the pinch hitter here in Evan Longoria, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on. It's lined into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Lamont Wade Jr. pinched hit for by Longoria, and Longoria singles on the first pitch he sees. That is going to bring up the schedule to bring up the left fielder, Jock Peterson. So for Peterson, he's 0 for 3 tonight. See if they are going to stay with the lefty stick. Gabe Kapler has been countering the matchup, and that's what they're going to do. Peterson is going to stay in the game. He's hitting .243 with 17 homers and 44 runs batted in. And here comes the first offering from the lefty Morihone. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Jock Peterson. Peterson gets himself into the batter's box. He waggles the bat, waiting on the 0-1 offering from Morihone. Holds set at the belt. Now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So Morihone way ahead here in the count. That breaking ball there had Peterson diving out of the way, and it just floated across the plate. So here comes the 0-2. I wonder if he's got something to wipe him out with down and away. Here comes the 0-2. As Nola sets up, and that's exactly where they went. They just missed a bit outside. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Interesting to see if we're going to get back-to-back nights of Josh Hader in San Diego. So Peterson waggling the bat. Waiting on the offering here from the lefty Morihone. Kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded to the left side. It is fielded by Machado. He throws to first, but it's not going to be in time. A nice play by Bell to come off the base to get the ball. They had Machado playing in almost the shortstop position on the left side. He had to go well into the 6 hole to make the play and then throw across the infield. They had no shot really at getting Peterson. It's going to be an infield single. That's one of those ones where we've talked about ad nauseum where they have the shift on. They would have been playing in a normal sort of position. It would have been the ending play, but instead keeps it alive, and that's going to bring up Tyro Estrada to the plate, who's got a couple of knocks this evening. It's also going to bring the manager, Bob Melvin, out of the dugout, and he's coming to get the ball from Adrian Morihone as his night is over. They're making a call to the bullpen as it's a right-hander that's coming in. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. The Giants have runners at first and second with 2 away. We'll get you the pitching change when we return. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number. Either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deerdick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change for Bob Melvin. It's the third pitcher used tonight by the Padres. It's going to be Luis Garcia coming into the game. Luis Armando Garcia, one of three Luis Garcias that are currently playing in Major League Baseball. He is 6'2", 240 pounds, and he's a right-hander. He's 4-5 this year with the Padres. The 35-year-old is appearing in his 43rd ball game. He's worked 40 and 2/3 innings, allowed 40 hits, 20 runs, 16 of which have been earned. He has walked 12 and struck out 43. He has been with a number of clubs over his career. He spent the first 6 years of his career as a Philadelphia Philly, but he's bounced around after that. He's been with the Angels, the Rangers, the Cardinals, and he is in his first season here with San Diego. And so here he goes, ready to work, as he is going to be facing right-handed hitting Thairo Estrada. As Garcia kicks and delivers, it's a fastball at 99 miles an hour, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Estrada tonight is 2 for 3. He's got a single, a double, and he's grounded to short. His 3 trips to the plate. He bats from the right side as he gets himself dug in and ready to face the offering here from the right-hander Garcia, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball at 100 miles an hour, swung on and fouled off down the first baseline into the netting, just past the dugout. That runs the count to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Estrada has had some nice defensive plays tonight in the ball game for the Giants, and he's got himself a couple of knocks. He's raised his average to 269. Waggles the bat, and here comes the offering now from Garcia, who won't set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Estrada. The runner at second is Longoria. The runner at first is Peterson. The Giants are threatening here with 2 outs, as everything got going with 2 out after Adrian Morejon was able to retire the first 2 hitters in the inning. It was back-to-back singles by Longoria and Peterson that have it threatening here. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the right-hander again, Garcia gets onto the rubber. He leans in and gets the sign from his catcher. The runners establish their leads as Garcia checks them and kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up into the infield. It's on the left side. Ha-Seong Kim underneath it. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here as Kim retires Estrada for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here. There were no runs in the inning. There were a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 7.5. It is the San Diego Padres 3, the San Francisco Giants 1. Stick around. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 8th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here with us tonight. There's our friend Steve Rademacher again. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. We'll be back after this.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. all know another Hollis build. Why not like father, like son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, 1 of 1, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hang tight, everybody. Back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 8th inning. We have the 4th pitcher of the ball game to be used by Gabe Kapler tonight. It is going to be Dominic Leone coming in relief. The right-hander is appearing in his 44th game of the year. He has got himself a 4.23 ERA. He's worked 38 and a third innings, 43 hits allowed, 19 runs, 18 hits. He's walked to 14 and struck out 41 as he is taking over here. He's got a 3-3 record. 30-year-old has been around for a while. He began his career with the Seattle Mariners, and then he went to the Diamondbacks. He was with the Jays, the Cardinals, the Guardians, and now he is his second season, the San Francisco Giants. So Manny Machado will lead it off here. It'll be followed by Josh Bell and Brandon Drury as the right-hander waits on the first offering from Leone. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball at 96 that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. It is Josh Hader who is warming up in the Padre bullpen, as he will look to seal the deal for the Padres tonight on back-to-back nights, although last night he came in and pitched the 9th inning in that 1-0 loss. There's a fastball that's just misses upstairs. I'm not sure where that one missed, but that's 2-0. The Manny Machado getting himself a hometown call on that one. Our friend Barry says, let's go Padres. Well, not sure. I don't remember if you had the over or I think you had the over. I don't know where here. They're at 4 runs. There's a fastball that is taken for a called strike. The count's now 2-1 to Machado. Barry had jumped in here earlier and he was looking for his Grand Slam breakfast. Or was it the Padres by 1.5? I can't remember. Some of the folks that were in the chat earlier had different picks. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. Barry's got the Padres by 1.5. So right now he's in a position of coverage. So he can taste those sausage and eggs already. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's like a buddy of mine back home. He always likes to put his money down. And during the basketball season, every time he wins, he says, I get myself a tank of gas. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And Manny Machado loses his balance and falls down on his backside in the batter's box. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. I think he does college football too. And he says every time he does it, he's usually good for 2 or 3 times a year where he wins some pretty decent bucks. And as he does that, he's able to cover his losses and be able to walk away with that. Barry says he's got the Mariners at plus 1.5, the Dodgers, Diamondbacks over 8.5, the Padres and the Angels. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Leone delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the right side. Camping out underneath it is the first baseman, Belt, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it as Machado is gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Josh Bell. So Josh Bell steps to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and knocked in a run his last time up. He's also struck out and grounded out. So the switch hitting Bell batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Leone. And here comes the pitch. And is a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Barry says if the Padres can score more, they'll be dangerous. Yeah, they would. They're going to have to score more because I've thought about it. Are they just able to – is their pitching going to be good enough in October? They got good pitching, but is it great pitching? And we're about to find out in another 6 to 7 weeks. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is now 2-0 to Josh Bell. That is what I'm figuring is going to happen. They're going to really have to lock it down on the mound, and I don't know if their starters are good enough. I think they're good, but not good enough. But the other part to that is you really need only 3 starters in the postseason, and there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count's now 3-0 to Bell. You can get away with 3 starters, lockdown starters. And the question is who are your 2 guys that you move to the pen? So is it going to be Musgrove? Is it going to be Darvish? Is it going to be Snell as your 1, 2, 3, or do they move Snell to the pen? What are they going to choose to do? I don't know. And here comes the 3-0 pitch as Leone comes set. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the right field line. It's in the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Rounding first and heading to second is Bell. The throw from Gonzalez is just offline, and that is going to be a double here for Bell. As he's got a 1-out double, that's going to bring up Brandon Drury. Barry says, just seemed to be on a cold streak before tonight. Barry says, I think it's good enough to sustain. The bullpen besides Hader is worrisome. Yes. Who do you bring in the 8th? They're going to have to hope their starters can go 7. And then it's going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors in the 8th before you bring Hader in the 9th. Bell and Drury, great pickups. Drury's having a great year this year. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Probably the best year of his career since his first full year with the Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Moving over on it is Gonzalez. He makes the catch. And Bell is going to hold it at second base. Not going to challenge the arm of Gonzalez from there. So Drury is gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Jake Cronenworth. So for Cronenworth tonight, he is 1 for 2 officially. He's got a single and a strikeout. He's had a sacrifice fly to center field, and he's driven in a run. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like they're going to walk Cronenworth because they're bringing Ha-Seong Kim to the plate. There you go. Well, they're not going to face Cronenworth. They're going to set up a potential forced situation. So an intentional walk to Cronenworth. And Ha-Seong Kim, who is 0 for 3 tonight, strides to the plate. He's bounced into a fielder's choice, struck out looking, and he is flown out to right field. So runners are at first and second and 2 away. And Kim steps up to the plate. And he's waiting on the first offering here from Dominic Leone. I wonder if we're going to get a steady diet of fastballs here. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. The reason I think a steady diet of fastballs, a couple of years ago, there were stats that the Tampa Bay Rays kept on Yoshi Satsugo, the Japanese third baseman. And they saw that when he had to face pitching that was 95 miles an hour or above, his batting average was absolute trash. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. but he was really, really good at hitting the breaking balls. You come over from Asia, the Asian leagues are real breaking ball leagues. They like to throw their off-speed stuff. But when I see Ha-Seong Kim come to the plate, I think I'm challenging him with the heat if I've got the heat to throw. Because if you're throwing breaking balls, they usually do a pretty good job of being able to flick the wrists at it. Barry says, watch that come back to bite him. He doesn't like that move with 2 outs. I guess it depends on where you're at in the order. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to bounce into the bullpen. It's going to be a ground rule double for Kim. That's going to increase the lead to 4-1. As Josh Bell is going to score, it's going to put the runner Cronenworth over to third. And that is going to put runners at second and third with 2 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Barry says it's going to come back to haunt them, but really in that situation, it wouldn't have mattered. Even if Drury would have swung the bat, it would have been a ground rule double that would have scored Bell. But certainly to your point, it's always a dangerous situation in that spot when you're putting the runners on. But I guess if you lose by 2 or you lose by 5, what does it matter if you're trying to get that force out? So 4-1 is the score now for the Padres. And here's Trent Grisham to the plate. The first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. Grisham tonight is 0 for 2. He's struck out and he's popped to short. He's also walked. So the left-handed Grisham waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Dominic Leone. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th, and the pitch is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. It's going to run the count now to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Grisham. Barry said it's also true, given the stakes of the game with the Giants already down, it's kind of like where you have to move the outfielders in to throw somebody out at the plate, where you play the outfield shallow, and next thing you know, somebody who really doesn't have a lot of pop in the stick hits a ball over the outfielder's head, which would have been the 3rd out of the inning, and it ends up turning into extra bases. As a breaking ball misses down, it's a good block by the catcher, wins, and the count is now 2-1. So whether you lose by 2-run line or a 3-run line or a 4-run line, only those people who are betting would probably care. So here comes the 2-1 offering now to Grisham. Base hit here would blow the game apart as the runners are at second and third here with 2 gone. And here comes the offering from Leone. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That evens the count now at 2-2 to Grisham. Our friend Barry will be high-stepping it all the way to the Denny's. If the Giants can, or if the Padres can take care of it in the 9th inning. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And coming set is the reliever Leone. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, and it's hammered foul down the first baseline. It's going to run the count still to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Josh Hader is the only arm up and throwing in the Padre bullpen. A little surprised that they maybe wouldn't have somebody else up and getting loose, just in case this game ends up become spread apart. So here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a breaking ball. It's taken for a called 3rd strike. Grisham watched that one go by for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for the Padres in the bottom of the 8th inning. They got a run in the inning on a couple of hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're through 8 complete. It is the Padres leading the San Francisco Giants 4-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you all for being with us. It is 4-1 San Diego. We'll be right back.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. After the game, be sure to check out another Hollis build. That's Matt Hollis. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the ninth inning. It is Hader time as Josh Hader is coming in. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It's time to get your Haterade as Josh Hader is coming on in relief. He is working his third time for the Padres. He's 1-0 since being acquired in the trade. He's worked 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, and has struck out 3. He does lead the league in saves with 29. He does have a fluffed up ERA on the season. He was 4.00 as he was with the Brewers prior to the trade deadline. He's a 4-time All-Star. He is taking on over in relief here in the top of the ninth inning, and he's going to be scheduled to face Mike Yastrzemski, Brandon Crawford, and Luis Gonzalez, but we'll be looking as they have 3 lefties slated to face him, and it is Yaz coming up to bat here first. And the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a ball upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yastrzemski. The Giants opened the scoring in the first inning on a solo shot by Lamont Wade Jr., but it has been goose eggs ever since. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Our friend Barry says, give them the Haterade and shut this down. Yeah, that's what they're looking for. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Yastrzemski. Hader, the lefty, ready to go back at it here against the left-handed hitting Yastrzemski. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it's popped up down the left field line. It looks like it's going to drift over and reach the seats, and it does. It's going to run the count to 2-2. That's why you have lefties to come in and face lefties. Nothing more that drives you crazy is lefties. You can't get lefties out, but he's got 3 of them slated to come to bat here with Crawford and Gonzalez. I have to say, look at the batting order for the Giants. I wonder sometimes how they construct it out. There were a lot of lefties in the game early on here. They're surprising how many left-handed hitters are in the batting order for the Giants, period. Think about it tonight in the starting lineup. Rolled a whole bunch of them out there, and then they had a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now is 3-2 to Yastrzemski. That's the one thing you notice when you do the Japanese games. They don't really care about the lefty-lefty matchups. Lefties get to face lefties, and they don't shy away from it. They don't look at the numbers like you see in North America. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as Hader delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. That's going to be a leadoff walk to Yastrzemski, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. So for Crawford tonight, unless we got themselves another pinch hitter, we're going to have to take a look and see what else they have on the bench. Joey Bart is available off of the bench for the Giants. And it is going to be a pinch hitter here. It's Wilmer Flores as he's coming to bat. So Austin Slater and Joey Bart are the only other two bats, both right-handed hitters. So Flores steps to the plate. He's batting .249. He got the start last night at first base. And the pitch from Hader is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So Flores hitting for Crawford here in the ninth. So waiting on the offering here from the lefty Hader as Flores waggles the bat, and there's a breaking ball swung on. It is lined foul, and the ball girl had an opportunity to make the catch. Like it hit her in a bad spot right in the hands. She dropped the ball. It's going to run the count quickly to 0-2 on Flores. It's one of those There's not too many times you get an opportunity to make a play. You got to take advantage of it. Her 15 seconds is now over. Here's the pitch from Hader. It's a fastball swung on. It's lined over the head of the shortstop, Kim. It's going to get down for a base hit into left field. That's going to put runners at first and second. As the Giants have something brewing here, it's scheduled to be the right fielder Luis Gonzalez coming to the plate, but we're going to have to see here what Gabe Kapler has in mind. So Josh Hader, a walk and a single, has put runners at first and second. As we said, they've got Slater available and they've got Joey Bart. And it is going to be a pinch hitter. It is going to be Austin Slater stepping in here to hit for Luis Gonzalez. And here's the first offering. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Slater batting .266 this year. He got the start in last night's game. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. That Dodgers series, they really roughed him up. And now time is called. They have a conference on the mound. So the whole infield has got together to talk things over a little bit. So no balls and 1 strike to Slater. Waiting on the umpire to go back out there and break this one up. Our friend Barry says, if I'm Hader, make him beat me by putting it in play. Yeah, certainly nothing hurts more than a leadoff walk. I think the statistic on a leadoff walk in an inning is that 50% of the time they score. If you get to the runner at second base with nobody out, that percentage jumps up big time. So Slater is 1 for 3 in his career against Hader. He's had a single. Here comes the 0-1 offering. And the pitch from Hader is a fastball that misses inside at 97, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Waiting on deck is the catcher, Austin Wins. That'll be the top of the order. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as Hader checks the runner at second and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled off down the first baseline. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slater batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Hader. Hader leans in. He gets the side from his catcher, and now he comes set. He checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. This isn't exactly what the Padres had scripted up for the 9th inning, as Hader has now got a 2-2 count here to Austin Slater. He checks Yastrzemski at second. Now he fires. It's a fastball swung on and tap foul. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. That last pitch was at 98 miles an hour, so Hader has got some heat when he's blowing here, and he's ready to go again. Our friend Steve Rademacher, who is the supporter of our channel, is doing his Wisconsin tour, annual Wisconsin tour, so We wish him all the best. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses down, but time is called as Jeremy Riggs said that ball hit Slater. That's going to load the bases. As Slater's aboard by a hit batter, that's going to advance Flores over to second. Yastrzemski moves over to third. The bases are loaded here with nobody out in the top of the ninth inning. Everything we were talking about earlier, that the Padres bullpen, not just the Padres bullpen, but the Giants bullpen, both of these teams here have got to solve some of their woes, and the pitching coach for the Padres is on his way to the mound. We're going to have a full-on conference here. Got to throw strikes and be able to get out. Our poor friend Barry, who's in here, he was talking about earlier on that he had breakfast on the line here if the Padres could win by a couple of runs. Well, unfortunately for our friend Barry, the taste is on the line here. Friend Barry says it's criminal actions from Hader. Well, Hader definitely is come in here and he's thrown gasoline on the fire, or he started the fire and then poured gasoline on it, but there's a full blaze going on here. The runner at third is Yastrzemski. The runner at second is Flores. The runner at first is Slater. There's nobody out here in the top of the ninth. Austin Wynns steps up to the plate. So Wynns is waggling the bat. And now he's waiting on the first offering here from the lefty Hader. And now he delivers. The first pitch is a fastball at 98 that misses upstairs for ball one. And the count is 1-0. So Padre fans are nervous in San Diego. Just as a reminder, we will give you the out-of-town scoreboard once this one is done. We got action here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Wynns. So you know he's going to be getting something good to hit here. He's going to have to dial himself up ready to hit. This game could turn on a dime with one swing of the bat. So 2 balls and no strikes. Hader leans in. He gets the sign from Nola. He works set at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on right back. And the count is now 2-1. Wynns was right on that pitch. It was fouled straight back to the backstop. If he would have connected with that one, it would have been trouble for the Padres. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. So Hader ready to go here. He leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he works set. He checks Flores at second. There's a runner over at third, though. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Wynns. There's nowhere to put him as the bases are loaded. Full of Padres here full of Giants here in the ninth inning. And they've got J.D. Davis on deck. He came in the last inning to pinch hit for Tommy La Stella. So here comes the 3-1 offering. Hader delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 3-2. Looked like Wynns was taking all the way. That pitch just caught the outside corner at 97 miles an hour. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wynns. The crowd is on their feet in portions of the park, especially behind the plate. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And that is ball 4. Wynns is going to get himself a walk and an RBI. That's going to bring home Yastrzemski with the second run of the game for the Giants. It's going to advance Flores to third. Slater goes to second with the walk to Wynns. And that is going to bring up the top of the order in J.D. Davis. Well, what do you know it? 4-2 is the scoreline, and they're not out of trouble yet in San Diego. So here we go. There's nobody gone as it is in the top of the ninth inning. And Hader delivers the first pitch fastball that misses upstairs, and it's ball 1. The count is 1-0. Our friend Barry showing his frustration, asking if Hader has forgot to pitch. Well, Josh Hader is certainly falling apart here in the ninth inning. A walk, a single, a hit batter, a walk, and now it's 1-0 to J.D. Davis. And there is action in the Padre bullpen. They have a righty and a lefty throwing. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Davis. That last pitch there looked like it was inside. That was a hometown call by Jeremy Riggs. But J.D. Davis really didn't say a whole lot. He just digs in ready here for the 1-1 pitch from Hader. Holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. That certainly was a strike. It was a borderline pitch, but it definitely caught the inside corner. So 1-2 it is to Davis. The left-handed hitting Brandon Belt is on deck. Here comes the offering. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball. It's taken for a called third strike. Oh, boy, that one there looked like it was well off the outside corner. Davis doesn't say a whole lot as he walks back to the bench. That one there, that is definitely a pitch that, whether you look at the K-zone or anywhere else, Josh Hader gets the benefit of the doubt. As Davis stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. So 1 gone, the bases are loaded. Hader now ready to face the left-handed hitting Belt. As he comes set, now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. In his career versus Hader, Belt has faced him twice, and both times he has struck out. So 1 ball and no strikes here as Hader has fallen behind in the count. And now he's ready to go as he holds set at the belt. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put Belt as the bases are loaded. Lefty-lefty matchup. It's Evan Longoria who waits his turn on deck. He came in to pinch hit for Lamont Wade Jr. his last time up. They're back in the 8th inning. So here comes the 2-0 pitch as Hader holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Belt. 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. The Giants are trying to find their way back into this one. They've already pushed 1 run across. The bases are loaded. And there's 1 gone. Here comes the 3-0 offering to Belt. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball at 96, taken for a called strike. And the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. If this game was to go sideways, it would waste a great starting performance by Joe Musgrove. At least for the Padres fans are concerned. Here comes the 3-1. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and it's going to be ball 4. That is going to be the 3rd walk of the inning issued by Hader. It's going to cash in another run. It's going to be an RBI for Bell that cuts the lead to 4-3. As Flores crosses the plate, it's going to advance Slater to 3rd. Austin Wynns goes over to 2nd. And Hader is still not out of trouble yet as it's going to bring up Evan Longoria to the plate. An absolute meltdown happening here in San Diego for Josh Hader. And for those Milwaukee Brewer fans, they've witnessed this a little bit recently this year. So the bases are full of Giants. It is a 4-3 game and Longoria at the plate. And the first pitch from Hader is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. It looked like Longoria wanted to put the Giants up by 3 with 1 swing of the bat. In his career against Hader, Longoria is 1 for 3. He's got a double and he's struck out a couple of times. So 1 for 1 tonight for Longoria. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Now the count is 0-2. Our friend Barry, who's in the chat, was listening in. He says he's sick. He's going to bed. He can't believe it. He had the Padres winning by 2 runs or more, and it has fallen absolutely apart for him. He's not going to be able to get his breakfast tomorrow morning. So no balls and 2 strikes to Longoria. The lefty Hader leans in. He gets the side from his catcher, Nola. He works set from the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. That keeps the count at 0-2 to Longoria. So the veteran right-handed hitter, lots of moxie at the plate here for the San Francisco designated hitter. And it'll be Jock Peterson who waits his turn on deck. Should Longoria not do something like hit into a double play. Here comes the 0-2 offering as Hader's rubbing up the ball. The fans in San Diego are biting their nails. This is going to be the 34th pitch of the inning by Hader. It is not an easy inning here for the San Diego closer. Hader gets the side from his catcher as the right-handed hitter Longoria waggles the bat. He comes set at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball at 98 that misses upstairs, and now the count is 1-2 to Longoria. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Josh Hader is classically falling apart here in the 9th inning. He has walked 3 batters and he has hit 1. Only 1 base hit. That was by Wilmer Flores. And here he comes ready to offer again to Longoria. He holds set at the belt and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. This is turning into a battle with Longoria as this is going to be the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. 35 pitches for Hader. 17 of them have been balls, 18 for strikes. It's flat out not good enough for a big league closer. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty holds set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball at 97 that misses upstairs, and the count's now 2-2 to Longoria. Some pretty good plate discipline by the veteran Longoria, being able to lay off those high fastballs. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The brain trust for the Padres looks on. That's Bob Melvin and the pitching coach. Can't believe what they're witnessing. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Hader now comes set. And he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined to left field. Diving is Profar. He makes the catch. Tagging from third and heading home is the runner. They're going to check to see if he left early. We're going to wait to see here as it's 4-4 is the score. So hang tight. We're going to see if they're going to appeal this one. Profar dives, makes the catch. Tagging at third. We're going to take a look at this one too. Nice catch there by Profar, but I wonder if they're going to take a peek at this one. Nope. Profar made a clean catch as he was diving toward the foul line side. Tagging at third and heading home to score the tying run is Austin Slater, and that is going to do it for Josh Hader. His night is over as the score now is 4-4. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the call. They're going to the bullpen are the Padres. We'll be right back in just a couple moments as Hader's night is done.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a pitching change for the Diego Padres as Josh Hader's night is over. It is going to be another reliever coming in. It's going to be Tim Hill on in relief. He is a lefty, and he is taking over here on the season for the Padres. He is 2-0. This is going to be his 38th appearance. He's worked 33 innings. He's allowed 37 hits, 13 runs, 12 of which have been earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 15. And he is going to be coming over to take over here to face Jock Peterson in the 9th inning. So that was a sacrifice fly by Longoria. And he was able to get the run in, and it wasn't by much. That ball there was a great catch by Jerkson Profar, but it was able to cash the runner in, Austin Slater from third. Both of these bullpens, we were talking about it ad nauseum throughout the game, as both of these bullpens are a little bit dicey. The Giants, we said last night when we were doing the game, have the fourth worst ERA in baseball. And their bullpen has been fairly decent tonight, as they had come on in relief of Alex Cobb. So Tim Hill in to replace the lefty Josh Hader. He is going to be the fifth pitcher used tonight by Bob Melvin and the Padres. And he is ready to face the left-handed hitting Jock Peterson. So for Peterson tonight, he is 1 for 4. He singled his last time up. And he takes a first pitch fastball that misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. This is the eighth batter the Giants ascend to the plate here in the top of the ninth inning. They are not dead yet. Down by 3, and they have been able to battle back. And here comes the offering from the lefty Hill. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. And the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So a strong starting performance. 7 innings by Joe Musgrove wasted tonight by the Padres bullpen. So if you're a San Diego fan, you're probably sick to your stomach. If you're a Giants fan, you've got to believe that you still have a chance to make the wild card. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the offering from the lefty Hill. He checks the runner at second. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is line foul past the first base dugout, and the count is now 1-2. Our friend the living room says the over 7.5 was never in doubt. Well, if we would ask you before the half inning, I'm sure that there was probably a different conversation on that one. So 4-4 is the score. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Peterson. The runner at second is Wins. The runner at first is Belt. And there is a fastball that is swung on and missed. And Peterson has gone down on strikes for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Giants. But there was damage done, and lots of it. There were 3 runs in the inning on only 1 hit. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the ninth inning. It is the Padres 4, the Giants 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call after this. We appreciate you for stopping by and listening in on the Last Raps Baseball channel. Hang tight, everybody. Here's our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have Yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher as we go to the bottom of the ninth here. We'll be back in 45 seconds with the call after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tyler Rogers coming on in relief here. He is going to be the fifth pitcher used tonight by the San Francisco Giants. He is 2-3 on the season. He's going to be appearing in his 50th ball game. He's worked 51 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 53 hits, 27 runs, 26 of which have been earned. He has walked 16 and struck out 33. And he takes over here to face the 9-1 and 2 hitters in the Padre batting order. Be Austin Nola, Jurickson Profar, and Juan Soto to get things going here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. So here's the first pitcher from Rogers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in to listen to us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball channel. Be sure to bookmark the channel if you want to come back and listen to more. We always put our games up in the next few days, but we are going back to the Japanese League for the rest of the week. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Pacific time for the Mountain Holiday game, as we will call the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, the Oryx Buffaloes from Osaka. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third, fielded neatly by Davis. He throws to first. That is going to retire Nola on a ground out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Jurickson Profar. We thank Anil for subbing to the channel tonight. We appreciate you and your support. Thanks for doing that. We look forward to seeing you around in the future. Jurickson Profar made that fantastic catch in the last half inning. If he doesn't make that catch, then it's probably more than just 1 run on the board. And in fact, the Padres are probably playing from behind right now. And there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Profar. Profar at the plate tonight is 1 for 4. He singled his last time up. He's also grounded out. He's flown out to left, and he is struck out. So here comes the 0-1 offering from Rogers. There is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Rogers here and on in relief in the 9th inning. Looks like we're going to be getting some bonus baseball at this rate. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between Rogers' fastball and his breaking ball. He's a sidewinder. Throws from the right side, and he's definitely not overpowering. We haven't seen anything much more than 85 miles an hour from the righty. As here comes the 2-1 offering as he kicks and delivers, and it's a fastball that misses inside. The count is now 3-1. This is the fastball that players that would be playing NCAA Division III baseball would probably like to have in some cases. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The righty holds set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined up the middle for a base hit. It's going to be a single for Profar. He's aboard with a 1-out single here, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Juan Soto. So our friend Barry, who was in the chat earlier, who needed a 2-run victory, well, it might happen here. You got a couple of guys who could walk it off with a 2-run shot. A little tough way to do it, but that's what could happen. Juan Soto tonight is 2 for 3. He's homered, he's doubled, he struck out looking his last time up. He's also drawn a walk. So Soto steps up to the plate. He is in scoring position when he steps into the batter's box. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander Hill. Rogers, I should say. And there's the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Durango155 says he needs a 2-run win by the Padres for 2 massive parlays. Well, you're not the only one in the stream, because there's a couple others that have said the same thing. Some even want breakfast. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is a changeup that misses upstairs at 72 miles an hour. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to Soto. You've got Soto, Machado, and Bell, who can, with 1 swing of the bat, can put the ball into the seats. So 2 balls and no strikes. Rogers gets the sign from his catcher, and now he comes set. And here comes the pitch. And there's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-1. This is definitely batting practice speed fastball. But once you've been seeing 90s, mid-90s, upper 90s, you have to dial it back. You really got to be patient here. Got to keep your weight back and stay back on the pitch. So here comes the 2-1 offering as the right-hander holds set at the belt. And now time is called as Rogers steps off the rubber and he's ready to go again. Our friend Barry says if Soto goes yard here, he'll go out and streak. Yeah, Durango says also could be worse than the heart of the order. That's for sure. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. As Rogers delivers, it is a fastball swung on and lifted down the left field line, and it is just going to slice foul. That ball was hit a long way. The Friar mascot was on that sort of second level by the building that they had down there. Soto, it hardly looked like he hit it. The crowd was out of their seats. That ball ended up slicing foul, not by much, maybe about 5 or 6 feet from the foul pole. It's going to run the count to 2-2. I had to look at it there. It looked like he hardly hit the ball, and the ball just exploded off the bat. Here comes the 2-2. As Rogers ready to deliver. And he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on it. It is grounded just foul. As the first baseman Belt makes the play, it's going to keep the count at 2-2. Our friend Barry says if Soto goes yard, he'll go out and streak. Well, we want the video evidence for that. That's for sure. It'll be the YouTube plays of the week next week. Barry's doing that. Durango says he almost really hit a dong. Yeah, and it hardly looked like it. That ball was slicing down the left field line. So when you see the Western Supply building there in left field, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. And here's the offering. It is a fastball that misses inside, but did it hit him? Soto claims it hit him. He's talking to the home plate umpire, Jeremy Riggs. He says that ball hit him as it went back to the backstop. Bob Melvin's going to ask for some support here. We're going to take a look at this. We're going to see if Soto's got a case. Ooh, I don't know. Or maybe it was he's pointing to Austin Wynns that it was catcher's interference. They're going to go have a look at this one. So we're going to have a pause here as the umpires are going to go to review. I think that's what they're asking about. Was it catcher's interference on Wynns? We're going to take a look. And yes, it was. Juan Soto's got a case. He was pointing right there immediately to the catcher Wynns. Wynns missed the ball. It went all the way to the backstop. That is a tough call for the umpire because normally speaking, you listen for the tick of the glove to help you make the call. And it's not something that happens all that often. But that was definitely catcher's interference. It was a controversial call in last night's game when Brandon Drury got hosed at the plate. Well, one would have to think that there would have to be a hosing and a fleecing if that wasn't seen and overturned. But Bob Melvin here in his group, you can see on the replay, that got a lot of the glove. Now, the difference is that Soto had checked his swing. And so it's not a normal situation as Wynns was reaching up and in for the pitch. And Soto looked like he was going to hold back and ended up just clipping the glove. So we're waiting on the return here from the umpires. But there's no doubt about it. This shouldn't take as long as it does. And here we go. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, has ruled that it has been what? Was it fouled off or was it the interference? What do we have here? This looks like it is going to be that Soto is going to be awarded first base. So now we've got runners at first and second, and that's going to bring Manny Machado to the plate. There'll be an error charged to the catcher on the catcher's interference. And Manny Machado steps to the plate with one out. So for Machado tonight, he is 1 for 4. He singled and scored a run back in the 6th inning. He's also popped to first. He's grounded to third. He's hit into a double play. His career against Tyler Rogers, he's 2 for 9. He's got a single, a double, and a couple of ribbies. The Padre fans are back on their feet after that disastrous top of the 9th inning. Machado bats here with runners at first and second. The right-hander Rogers works set at the belt. He checks the runner Profar at second, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away for ball one. The count is 1-0. Well, we can't say from a neutral perspective that this isn't an entertaining ball game. So if you're a fan of neither team, it has been an entertaining game. If you're a fan of both of these clubs, keep the Maylocks handy. It looks like a lot of this for the rest of the way. Here comes the 1-0 offering, and it is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. Our friend Barry says he's due, as they say on the gridiron, let's go long. He's looking for a Hail Mary or something deep here. So the runner at second is Profar, runner at first Soto. The one that really matters is the runner at second base, and that would be Profar. And here comes the offering from Rogers to Machado. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that just misses low, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Durango 155 says, first-time listener. We appreciate you for being in here. As we said, don't forget to bookmark the channel. Come on back again. We'd love to have you. So here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. If it stays fair, it's going to be gone, and this one is gone. A 3-run homer by Manny Machado. He's going to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Padres are going to pull it out with a 7-4 victory. And that is going to do it. The Giants, they battle back in their half of the 9th inning, only to see Rogers allow the 3-run shot to Machado to win the game as he comes around across the plate. Your final score, the San Diego Padres 7, the San Francisco Giants 4. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the wrap-up of this one after this. We appreciate you guys for all being here and checking us out tonight. Unbelievable finish. Here's our friend Dave from Zero Fox.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Fox Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Well, everybody, we appreciate everybody for checking out a channel tonight. And what a walk-off finish that was. Manny Machado hits a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 9th inning to pull the Padres and Josh Hader out of the potential hole that they had dug themselves in the top of the inning. Your final score, 7-4. We are going to give a roundup of the ball game here. And not just that, but we are going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll give you all the wrap on everything around Major League Baseball, as everything is a final with the exception of 2 games. And we'll start with the Guardians and the Tigers. The Cleveland Guardians knocked off the Tigers today 5-2, 5-11-0 for the Guardians, 2-6-0 for the Tigers. Shane Bieber goes north of 500. He's 7-6 now on the year. Tyler Alexander takes the loss. He's 2-6. Emmanuel Clase gets his 25th save of the season. So that is where that is operating there. That's the Guardians knocking off the Tigers 5-2. I'm just going to change over and give you the scoreboard off of one of our other ones. In the first game of doubleheader today, it was Brady Singer knocking off Lance Lynn as the Kansas City Royals beat the White Sox 4-2. 4-9-0 for the Royals, 2-7-1 for the White Sox. Singer's 5-4. Lynn is 2-5. It was Josh Harrison hitting his 6th homer of the year for the White Sox. Vinny Pasquantino hit his 4th for the Royals, and Nick Pratto hit his 3rd. It is a final. The Toronto Blue Jays blew a 5-3 lead late as the Baltimore Orioles knocked them off 6-5. It was Vespi getting the win in relief. He's 4-0. Garcia takes the loss for the Blue Jays. He's 1-4. Bautista got his 6th save for the Orioles. Bo Bichette hit 2 home runs tonight, giving him 17 on the year. Ronald Odor hit his 11th. 6-12-3 for the Orioles, 5-9-1 for the Blue Jays. Again, your final 6-5 Baltimore. The second game of the doubleheader between the White Sox and the Royals was the nightcap portion. The White Sox won that game 3-2. It was 3-8-0 for the White Sox, 2-5-0 for the Kansas City Royals. Martin got the win. He's 2-3. Hesley takes the loss. He's 1-7. Liam Hendricks gets his 23rd save. Johan Moncada hit his 6th. Sosa hit his 1st. Pasquantino hit his 2nd homer of the day. That was his 5th homer of the year. In Texas, the Houston Astros knocked off the Texas Rangers 7-5. It was Jose Urquidy getting his 11th win against 4 losses. Martin Perez took the loss. He's 9-3. Presley got his 22nd save of the year. Marcus Semien got his 16th homer of the year. Corey Seager hit his 25th. Adolis Garcia is 19th. Alamides Diaz hit number 10 for the Astros. It's a 5-1 final between the Angels and the Athletics. Los Angeles 5-10-1. Oakland 1-6-1. Shohei Ohtani gets his 10th win of the year against 7 losses. James Caprillion takes the loss. He's 3-6. Ohtani homered in the game, his 25th of the year. And Taylor Ward got his 15th. It was Chad Pinder who hit his 10th for Oakland. Were a couple of interleague games that took place tonight as well, as the Atlanta Braves knocked off the Boston Red Sox 9-7, 9-13-0 for the Braves, 7-11-0 for the Red Sox. That's a final in 11 innings. Lee got the win. He's 3-0. Ort takes the loss. He's 0-1. Tyler Matzik gets his 1st save of the year. Austin Riley hit his 30th homer for Atlanta. Home runs for Boston. Tommy Pham hit his 2nd. Carlos Arroyo his 5th. And Jarren Duran got his 3rd in a losing cause for the Red Sox. Milwaukee Brewers beat the Tampa Bay Rays 5-3. It was 5-7-0 for the Brew Crew. 3-4-1 for the Rays. Freddie Peralta got his 4th win of the year against 2 losses. Ryan Yarbrough having a tough year for the Rays. He's 0-7. Matt Bush got his 1st save for the Brew Crew. Andy Diaz hit his 6th homer of the year for the Rays. In the National League, the finals are all in. The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Miami Marlins 4-1, 4-8-1 for the Phillies, 1-5-1 for the Fish. Wheeler gets his 11th win against 5 losses. Garrett takes the loss. He's 2-6. Sir Anthony Dominguez gets his 7th save. Home runs in the game. J.J. Bleday got his 2nd of his career and of the year for the Marlins. It was J.T. Realmuto and Gene Segura with homers for the Phillies. New York Mets beat the Cincinnati Reds 6-2 tonight. It was 6-9-0 for the Mets, 2-8-0 for Cincinnati. Carrasco got the win, his 13th of the year for the Mets. Minor takes the loss. He's 1-9 for Cincy. Jake Fraley hit his 3rd homer for Cincinnati. And for the Mets, Frankie Lindor hit number 20, and Jeff McNeil, the Flying Squirrel, hit number 7. For the Washington Nationals, they knocked off the Chicago Cubs today 6-5. It was 6-9-0 for the Nats. 5-15-0 for the Cubs. Fennekin gets the win. He's 3-2. Leiter takes the loss. He's 2-5. Carl Edwards Jr. against his former club got his 1st save of the year. Home runs in the ball game. It was Menzies got his 3rd for Washington. Kybert Ruiz hit 2. That gives him 6 on the year. Seiya Suzuki hit his 9th for the Cubs. It was a beatdown in Colorado. The Rockies pounded out 22 hits en route to a 16-5 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals. It was Feltner getting the win. He's 2-3. Miles Michaelis takes the loss. He falls to 8-9. Home runs, St. Louis, Paul DeJong hit his 5th for the Rockies. C.J. Cron, number 23. Ryan McMahon, number 11. And Randall Grichuk hit number 12. And the other final in Arizona, the Diamondbacks knocked off the Pirates 6-4. It was 6-11-0 for the D-backs, 4-7-0 for the Pirates. Tommy Henry, the former University of Michigan grad, got his 1st big league win. He's 1-1. Thompson takes the loss. He goes to 3-9. Mark Melanson gets his 16th save. Michael Chavis had 2 homers in a losing cause for the Pirates. He's got 12 on the year. It is in the top of the 11th in Seattle. The Yankees and the Mariners are all locked up at zeros. 0-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-5-0 for the Mariners. That game was a battle of 2 quality starting pitchers. Garrett Cole and Luis Castillo got the start in that one. The other game that is coming to a close conclusion, it is the Dodgers 10-3 over the Minnesota. 10-15-0 for the Dodgers, 3-7-0 for the Twins. Buxton has hit his 27th homer for the Twins. Muncy his 12th for the Dodgers. Again, 10-5 in the top of the ninth inning in Los Angeles. Once again, everybody, your final score here from San Diego. The Padres almost an extra inning fashion in the bottom of the ninth inning walked off the San Francisco Giants 7-4. A 3-run shot by Manny Machado did the trick, as the Giants had tied the game up in the top of the ninth with 3 runs. As Josh Hader had an absolute meltdown. He walked 3 and hit a batter, and came in to close the game. He gave up 4 runs. Gave up 3 runs to tie the game at 4. And then in the bottom of the ninth inning, Manny Machado, with runners at first and second with 1 gone, it's a 3-run shot to walk it off for the Padres. Once again, everybody, we appreciate everybody who's listening to the game, whether you're new to us or whether you just popped in. Once again, it's been another Last Raps Baseball video production. We hope you all come on back and see us again later on. It is going to be tomorrow. We are going to be doing the NPB game at 10 o'clock Pacific, and that is going to be at 1 a.m. Eastern. Hopefully you guys can make it in for that. Demon Slayer, Barry, another Hollis build, my friend The Living Room, everybody else, Barry that was listening with us, thanks for stopping in tonight and hanging with us. We'll be back again tomorrow for Japanese baseball. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you again then. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again soon.